As you start the webinar, you're also starting the YouTube live. Okay, great. Awesome. We're on. Hi. Hi, everyone. This is Amritash. We will start in a minute as participants roll in. Today is our first demo day. As part of IIT Madras' initiatives, we have 7 demo days this year. 4 of them are online. 5 of them are, I'm so sorry. 5 of them are physical in real and 2 of them are online. And today is our first online webinar. So thank you for joining us. My name is Amritash. I'm an alumnus from the batch of 2008. With me are 5 other alumnus. I don't know, Professor Karthik, if you're also an alumnus, then everyone is an alumnus. We also have a few professors joining us. Professor Pratap, I want to just introduce Professor Pratap first. Professor Pratap is the Dean of Academic Affairs at IIT Madras. As some of you who have gone to coaching institutions, in your institutions, the Dean is the highest. In IIT Madras, the Director is the highest. If possible, maybe the Director will also join us for a bit. But otherwise, Professor Pratap is the senior most person in the academic hierarchy. His team decides what we study and what we don't. Good morning, Professor Pratap.
Good morning, Amritash.
I also forgot to mention that Professor Pratap is a professor in the Department of Metallurgy and also an alumnus himself. Professor Karthik Raman joins us from the new Vadvani School of Data Science and AI. This is the newest department to be formed, and they offer a BTech in AI and data analytics. It's a hot new topic, and a lot of questions we've been answering are about the new course of AI that is opening up at IIT Madras. Professor Ravindran, who is the head of department, will also be joining us. I'll do his introduction when he joins. The alumnus with us, Piyush, who's looking on his side. Piyush, say hi, please. Piyush, Nikhil, Indu are more recent alumnus from 2020 to 2023. I'm from 2008, so I'm 15 years back. So we'll start now. I will share my screen and run you through a presentation. There are points at which we will stop for questions. But if you have questions you want us to answer, you could put it in the Q&A box, and as question comes, we will answer. So let us start. Welcome to the online demo day session. We want to start off by saying that every student is super unique and their journeys in IIT Madras will be very different. 2 students of electrical engineering may have the completely different journey. Every student will find themselves in college, and IIT Madras does a lot of work to help that every student can find himself and go through this process of self-discovery by offering a very flexible system and a lot of opportunities across many fields. So let's start by saying, what is demo day? Why are you here? The physical demo day that we do on campus is a curated one-day program where aspirants get to experience what life in IIT is like. I'll show you a video of how it was last year. But I want to give you some context. When I joined IIT in 2003, maybe so many years back, right? 21 years back, we were actually invited to the nearest IIT to see how it works and to ask professors some questions. The process was called counseling. That process was stopped in 2009 because the number of students became much larger and IITs couldn't handle it. So from the period of 2009 to now, all the counseling is completely online. You're aware, you know the JOSA system. So 3 years back, under the leadership of Professor Kama, who's our director, we decided to provide this opportunity for students to come to campus. And if they're not able to come to campus, then at least we will interact with them online. So that's what demo day is. Let me play this little video. We start at 9 in the morning and we go on till about 4 or 5. There are live lectures, there's a lunch, there's some session, there's a lot of interaction. It's amazing. Last year, about 400 students joined us. So I'm not able to tell whether you're able to hear this video or not, but if you're not able to hear the video, don't worry about it. It's just music playing. One thing I would like to share is you can see in these pictures a little bit of our campus. So I want to talk to you about our campus. The IIT Madras campus is situated inside the Gindi National Forest. Let me move to that slide. Beautiful campus. So the campus is inside the Gindi National Forest. There are a lot of trees, and we share our campus with monkeys and with deer. There are over 200 deer. You saw a little bit in the video. So, and there are some hostels where you stay. So I want to play this video to tell you a little bit about how hostel life is. As you are aware, IIT Madras is a residential college, which means that you will stay with us. You will spend all your time here. So let's look at what it looks like. Okay, so this has an audio. So tell me if you're able to hear my audio.
First up, let's talk about your home away from home, the hostels. Hostels aren't just
Panels, are you able to hear my audio?
Yes, we can hear the audio.
Awesome.
together and organize crazy hostel nights with music and non-stop fun. This is where you will build lifelong bonds. It's what builds you from a student to a confident individual. But it's not just about the fun and games. Hostel life is also where you will develop unwavering confidence and a competitive spirit through inter-hostel competitions. Trust us, these battles for hostel pride are legendary.
Now, let's talk about the campus itself. Spread across a massive 600-acre and adjacent to the stunning Gindi National Park, the IITM campus is truly one of a kind. Imagine living with black buck, deer, cats, and monkeys. An experience like no other. And when you're not busy studying or bonding with your hostel mates, you'll have an entire world of facilities to explore. From the open-air theater to the innovative IITM's campus is designed to empower you to freely build and grow.
Speaking of empowerment, hey there, aspirants. We know you're excited and
Insider tips on making all your questions answered and insider tips on making the most out of your time here.
And let's not forget the central library. This place is going to be your research haven. Start with every resource you can imagine, from good old books to cutting edge digital databases. But the library isn't just about hitting the books. It's a relaxing space designed to fuel your productivity. With cozy reading nooks, high-speed Wi-Fi, and even a dedicated media center, you'll find the perfect ambience to chase your academic dreams. To ensure convenient access to all corners of the campus, the Institute bus service operates from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., allowing you to access all Insti spaces with ease.
So some of you might have come to IIT Madras earlier and might have seen this, but for those who are going to come for the first time, this is going to be a surprise for you. A lot of trees, a lot of animals, really big campus. I also want to say that you must have seen in the videos the clothes that the students are wearing. A lot of people ask us, is it very hot? It is a little hot sometimes, but the campus, because it's so well, there's so many trees, it's cooler than outside. So if you're looking at Chennai temperature, then IIT Madras temperature will be about 2 or 3 degrees lesser. And there's always shade. So let's start with that. And then some of you are going to ask us about hostels. We are going to share this presentation with you. There are a lot of videos you can watch. So we won't be playing every video. But I want to tell you about the hostels that we have we have 15 male hostels, 6 female hostels. First years share rooms. And as you go through your years, then at some point you'll get a single room. You will have to take care of your own room. There are facilities around, but you are on your own first time. Or maybe for some students who have been in college for coaching, it may not be the first time, but for those who have been studying at home, this will be the first time you're on your own. A lot of facilities, it's not hard at all, and you'll be with friends. Yeah, so this is more or less about the hostel life. Let's move on and come back.
So fun, IIT Madras is mainly about the people.
Mess is a question that a lot of you ask us. What kind of messes is there? Is there roti available? Do we have to eat idli all the time? Is there a separate veg mess? So we are going to play a video from you from one of the students who used to run, who used to be in the committee that used to run the messes. And I'm saying that because one thing that is very unique about IITs, at least IIT Madras, I don't know about other IITs, but at least IIT Madras is that most of the campus facilities are run by student committees. That doesn't mean that the students do the cooking. That means that the students decide what food is made available and which are the caterers which come in and make the food. So
comparing to some of the other IITs, we have a centralized mess system where the mess is open for everyone. So definitely we need to stand out there. We have a dedicated office for managing the mess system and process involved in it. Hi everyone, this is Ritik Godavalli from Civil Engineering Department. I come from Hyderabad and I'm also the ex-hostel affairs secretary who looks into student dining, hostel allocation and facilities in campus. When it comes to using messes for students, we have the messes classified into three types. One is South Mess, one is North Mess, and one is the most popular food court. And process involved for choosing this messes is very systematic. So this is completely online. So a preference form is released from Office of Hostel Management, and it is a first come first basis where you can give three preferences for all the 10 mess halls which we have, and you'll be allocated based on your preferences given. Specific veg mess which we have taken into account the request from some of the students, and we have dedicated a small space for mess area where non-veg extras are not served. We definitely have a good process how we handle the wastage. We have something called ozone where the food wastage is taken care of, and we split the wastage into production wastage and plate wastage, and the food is donated to pig farms, or we also have a dedicated biogas plant where we convert the waste food into biogas.
amazing. So we'll move on. So we wanted to share with you some of the basic facilities because you'll be curious. You've never come to campus, so you'll be curious. We have a large library, a really large library. It's an independent building, 5 floors of journals, books, access to paper, access to journals, and so on.
Location of library. This quote by Albert Einstein powerfully drives home the importance of library.
There are many hard copy lovers in the industry, so we can find many hard copies in the library, the books recommended by the professors, or any novels, or any book that we want.
Two things I like about our library is the easy and online facilities. Like we have access to a lot of online journals here, and that's very useful for a researcher like us. A lot of undergraduate students do not have laptops with them when they come here, so they can have access to computers. So that way, I think our library is quite.
One of the best facilities that the library offers is the OPAC system. The arrangement system is also very well organized so that it's not hard to find the books like it. It's something that every time in Chennai, the place is very quiet actually. Another part that I like about this thing is that I can borrow as 10 books at a time. I can actually get these books renewed online. And we could actually give a request for new book. It's quite effective. Having a good time in the library.
Some of these videos are part of the videos that we have made for AskIITM. This particular video was made as part of IIT Madras' 60-year celebration, which we celebrated 2 years back. So so this was a broad introduction about the hostel and the broad campus, how it looks like. I want to quickly show you this sort of table. We are here, we are talking about the campus, 10 minutes, and then we'll move on to academics, where Professor Pratap will speak about the academic system at IIT Madras, maybe about 10 minutes here, and he'll also introduce you to what is new this year. And then we'll spend about half an hour talking about the new AIDA BTech in AI. Move on to research, then to placement and outcomes. This is at 10:30. I'm sure a lot of you have questions about placements. We'll answer all of them. If we are not able to answer, we'll answer them offline. Then at 10:45, we'll talk a little bit about the cultural aspects. How do students live? What do they do? And we go on to something called Build at IITM. What are the infrastructure available for students who want to build stuff? We are answering questions on the chat box, and we will allocate a separate 35-minute block for answering questions towards the end. So that's it. We are running a little ahead of time, so that's good. Professor Pratap, I will hand over the panel to you. Professor, you're on mute.
Hello, everyone. I hope you can hear me now. Okay. Good morning and a very pleasant welcome to you to the IIT system, and from IIT Madras, a very warm welcome to you. I'm really happy for you that you have had a long journey and arrived at this point. So I will talk to you a little bit about the academic system here at IIT Madras. I think you should keep in mind a comment that Amritash made right at the beginning, that this is a place where you will discover yourself. And what we mean is, through school and through JE, you had a specific syllabus and specific things that you had to do. There was a single question paper that you were going to face. So everything was focused on one aspect, and perhaps you didn't have enough opportunity to explore, to figure out what you really like, what you don't like, what you prefer to do, etc. Now all that changes. When you join IITs, and certainly when you join IIT Madras, we will give you a range of options, and you will try out different things. You will figure out what you like, and you will become that professional that you have wanted to become. Okay, so as Amritash put it right at the very first slide, every person is unique. You have not had an opportunity maybe so far to show your uniqueness, but here on forward, that's what it is all about. Your journey will be unique. You will make your own path. That can be maybe looks a little scary initially, because so far that decision was not there to make. Somebody else made the decision for you. The syllabus was made by somebody else, etc. But that's the lovely part of life, professional life. You will go on to specialize in different ways. Your own classmate, even within the same department, I'm saying, it's not even different departments. Within the same department, you could be an electrical engineer or a civil engineer. Within your own department, your classmate will end up doing something very different in their life. You will end up doing something very different in life. Here at IIT Madras, we have set up the academic system so that you can become something that you always wanted to be, and we will give you plenty of opportunities for it. So we will talk to you here about what are our courses, who offers them, what are credits, and so on. So courses are simply, you join here, you're going to have, just like you had subjects in school, you are going to have courses here. That's that word we use, term we use. So you will have, maybe in your first year, you'll have one course on computing, you'll have a basic math course, basic chemistry course, physics course, and then you'll have some other, engineering related courses. All our courses are offered by our professors here, many of whom are alumni. They're also very senior professors from various other backgrounds who are here. We teach the courses, and you will have the opportunity to work with us, to interact with us, and so on. We follow something called a credit system. Some of you may be aware of it. Basically, that is to indicate the relative difference in effort between different courses. So let us say I teach only, just for example, just to relate to something that you have done previously. Let us say one course is talking about 5 chapters in some book, and some other course is talking about 15 chapters in some other book. And assuming chapters are roughly the same size, then the second course will have 3 times the weightage as the first course. Okay, so roughly, I mean, that's an approximate idea that you can have, and that is what the credits is all about. Till now, if you take 3 courses, you simply average the marks across the 3 courses without giving any weightage. Now we have this weightage based on the amount of effort you put into the course. So this is the credit system. So I think the screen has changed. We're seeing some, yes.
Sorry.
So yeah, we are back to. Then we have a lot of academic flexibility. So throughout, and this is where your personality will, we will enable you to express your personality. We have a lot of electives. So whether it is humanities, maybe you like economics, you can take some courses in economics. Maybe you like more math than your friend. You can actually take more math courses. 40% of the your education here, 40% of the courses or the credits that you are going to do will be decided by you. We will not tell you what to do on those 40%. We'll simply give you a lot of options to pick that 40% from, and that is your set of electives. So you can really, if you like some management related courses, you can do more management related courses. You like design courses, you can do that. So on. So you have, and that's what we mean by saying, you'll become a different person than your classmate. You will become you. And that is really a beautiful thing. We also have something called minors. So this is, which means, let us say you joined, say, mechanical engineering, and you also wanted to learn something about aerospace, or you wanted to learn something about electrical engineering. So we have a set of courses that each of these other departments will offer you. And if you do those set of courses, you get a minor in that area. So you will be a BTech in mechanical engineering with a minor in electrical engineering, or a minor in aerospace engineering, or a minor in material science. So something like this. This helps you get flavor of two different disciplines, and it will help you again, build your career towards some interesting position that you're, really aiming for. Okay, so that is the idea of this minor. So between electives and minors, you get a lot of flexibility. We have one more opportunity for flexibility, which is called our interdisciplinary opportunity, or interdisciplinary dual degree. So typically, you are getting admission to our 4-year degree program here. We will allow you to do, we'll give you the opportunity to students who are performing well. We will give them the opportunity to do a 5th year at IIT Madras, and in the process actually get 2 degrees. You will get a bachelor's degree and a master's degree from IIT Madras. So the bachelor's degree will be something that you already signed up for through JOSA, what you would sign up for, whether it is civil engineering, electrical engineering, computer science, whatever it is that you sign up for. The master's degree could either be master's in the same area, or you can have a master in some interesting area. For example, you could have masters in data science. You can have masters in robotics. You can have masters in nanotechnology. So something like this. These are all interesting areas where a lot of industrial interest is there. There are a lot of opportunities for positions and so on. So you will get an opportunity to pick this up. We also have a lot of hands-on learning experiences in campus, both through our projects that we have, which many of the professors will offer you. Plus also outside of these projects, you can also set up projects and learn through that process. Yeah.
There's something really interesting about that.
Professor, should we play this video or should we skip it?
You can play it for 15 minutes.
Academic system of IITM. It allows you to build your own curriculum and academic system. It's a wild ride of exploring different subjects and putting together your dream combination. As a student of any engineering department, you can choose about half your courses, some of which will be in your department, and the rest can be outside your core discipline, that is, your elective courses.
Which means you can pick courses from all departments of IITM, CS, WSI, management studies, or even humanities. Then you've got minors, which are additional certifications that you receive along with your main degree. This helps you build your own unique academic profile. Mechanical and economics, computer science and psychology, the combos are endless.
In addition to this, the interdisciplinary dual degree programs let you get a master's in areas outside your core domain, like nanotechnology, data science, electric vehicles, and many more, completing your BTech and MTech in just 5 years. With 18 departments and numerous advanced research centers, you get to build upon your interests in all fields that pique your curiosity.
To be honest, a lot of academics in IIT Madras happens outside the classroom. And what better example than CFAT, the Center for Innovation? It's giant makerspace where students can tinker, build prototypes, and bring their ideas to life without professors in them. The freedom to get your hands dirty and learn by doing is invaluable. At AskIITM, we have put together an extensive guide covering all that you need to know about academics, the type of courses, interdisciplinary programs, how grades are calculated, and all other things. Head over to AskIITM.com and follow us on Instagram to uncover more.
So, Professor, I'll play this video also. This is our director, Professor Kamakoti, if some of you can recognize him. One of the most popular directors we've had in the recent times.
There's nothing like good course, bad course, upper course, lower course, right? Everything, like there's no bad course, correct? So every discipline is a very good discipline. Irrespective of the discipline you get, you can do any other work related to some other discipline. So JEE rank should just not be a criteria for that. That means what? When you start writing your JEE advanced, that tension gets reduced. Okay, then you will concentrate on doing the exam well rather than trying to get a better figure. And that is what we are trying to enable at this point.
He was speaking at the demo day in Hyderabad 2 years back in this. Professor?
Yes. So to emphasize again what Professor Kamakoti just mentioned, this idea that when you come in for your counseling, or when you try to decide which branch to apply to, I think I would say there are two reasons why students face difficulties making those selections. Because there is this general word on the ground that there is a certain branch which is a higher branch, there's a certain branch which is a lower branch. So this general word is there. And in some sense, there is no real basis for it, except that people have been saying this all along, and that is how it has been. So I will put it this way. If you join computer science, and if you're a very average or well below average student in computer science, that is not a great thing for you professionally. If you're a great student in computer science, that is very good for you professionally. Similarly, if you were to join, say, civil engineering or ocean engineering or aerospace, and you are a top student in that area, you will have a great professional life. If you're a very average or uninterested person in that area, you are not going to have a great professional life in that area. You may have some other area that in which you will do a good professional life. So this is an aspect that you have to sort of understand and accept, and that will really help you make decisions, because you will generally do well professionally in area that you are interested in. If you simply take the area because your neighbors told you or somebody else told you, or there is in the newspaper it says it's a great area, you may not find it as interesting after you get into it. So it is well worth investing time to meet people who are already in those departments, people who have maybe built careers in those departments, to understand what is it they do professionally, and then figure out whether that is an area that interests you to get into in a professional sense. So whichever department you get into, if you're doing well in the department, you will do well professionally in that particular area. Okay, so this is a general message that I want you to keep in mind. As I said, we have a lot of opportunities here. It is not like if you to diversify, we have a lot of opportunities. So it's not like if you select something, you are really stuck and there's nothing else you can do, and you're trapped in some way. Not at all. You have plenty of opportunity to express yourself. You can start off as in civil engineering, you may end up in some economics kind of a specialization in something. So you have a lot of possibilities here, and so that is something you should keep in mind, and not really worry about what your neighbor is doing, what the other person is doing, what pressures maybe are there from your friends and family and relatives and so on. Try this, because this is the first time you're going to have all this freedom. So please enjoy that freedom and use the freedom. Don't get trapped. Okay, so about our courses here, we have already seen this. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, so you can build your own curriculum, as I mentioned. About 40% of the courses are electives, so you can certainly select whatever you want. And this 40%, you can initially start off by sampling a few different courses. You will get a lot of, one of the beautiful things about hostel life is that you will get a lot of information from all of your seniors. Of course, don't completely believe all the information, but nevertheless, you will get a lot of good information from your seniors, which you can use to make your selections. And you will have seniors everywhere, from people who just joined to people who have been in the program for 2 or 3 years or just about to graduate, etc. So a lot of experience is there, a lot of valuable advice they will be able to give you, and that will help you select these courses in this 40%. We are
Professor, at this point, I would like to just share my screen and show them our community site.
Sure, please go ahead.
So we have set up a community site at AskIITM. So many of these questions people are asking every day. Like, for instance, how do I select a course? This person is asking about BS in medical science and engineering. If you search on a topic like, for instance, IEEE, somebody asked a question saying, what is an IEEE? What are the programs? So there's a lot of information that's already come in. These are the IEEEs and these are the questions. You can ask a question here. or you can set up a new question. If you feel that you have something new to ask that nobody else has asked, you can ask here and one of us or one of the students will definitely answer. I think somebody asked, how is artificial intelligence different from computer science in the chat box? I can see that. So somebody has already asked it. We've already answered it. You can take a look. So I'll go back to my presentation. Professor, this is our friend. Shall I play his video?
Yeah, please go ahead.
There are 40% free electives. What I mean is you are allowed to do an elective from any department. So even outside of these free electives, you have a bunch of electives you can take within your home department itself. Hi everyone, my name is Ram Kamal. I am a 5th year dual degree student from the Department of Electrical Engineering at IIT Madras. I am also currently elected Academic Affairs Secretary of the institute. Even though you have, say, up to 4 semesters, you have a good amount of courses that are fixed for you. You have a couple of semesters after that to explore within your home department. If you take electrical engineering, for example, we have VLSI, we have semiconductors, we have microprocessors. There's a lot of different fields that are right out there. You will be given a foundation to all of these with the foundation level course and maybe even a single follow-up course. After that, you have the option to go through a list of bachelor electives and decide what it is that you want to specialize within that. And even apart from that, you have another 40% free credits that are available, wherein you make the next choice. Do you want to specialize more within your home department, or do you want to explore something other some other territory? One salient feature that is there is that all coursework that we have over here, all the programs, computer science, electrical engineering, naval architecture, biosciences, all of these have a 40% minimum elective requirement. So any of these programs, any student, if he takes, he or she will have 60% of core courses, and all of that will include basic math, basic sciences, as well as some fundamental courses with respect to their department itself. But 40%, they can literally take anything that they want in the institute and explore.
So yeah, so you just heard Ram Kamal, who was our Academic Affairs Secretary. So incidentally, that's also something that we wanted to highlight as you listen to these different students in all these videos sharing their experiences from the campus. I want you to note that these are all people who have picked up positions of responsibility within the campus out of their interest. So this is again a way in which you can express your personality, your strengths, your diversity. And it's also a learning experience. It's not that, because you already were a school people leader somewhere, that's the only way you will become hold a position here. It's not like that. You can come here, explore, learn, improve yourself, and join any of these activities that are in campus. Yes, we do have electives and minors. Do you want to play the video then?
Yeah.
I mean, the first way is that the professor teaches you how to greet anyone. Koreans are very particular on posture and how you conduct yourself while you play. 안녕하세요. 제이름이 프리యాం카예요. My name is Priyanka Paledi. I am a career in mechanical engineering. I took an elective in my 4th semester called Korean 1. It's essentially a language elective. It's an introduction to Korean. You don't need any prerequisites. All you really need is interest, which I had. Yeah, I follow a lot of Korean media, so I watch a lot of K-drama. I'm familiar with the language already, and I felt like it would be interesting to actually know the rules and exactly how the language works. So in this course, your final grade, 50% of it is dependent on your final project. You have to either enact a scene from a popular movie or a K-drama, and basically just wants to see if you can speak Korean well, or if you practice enough, then you can say the pronounced version of it. Electives are basically like schoolwork that basically something that you do because something interests you, not because that's not work. It's a way for you to explore your
Okay, so what you just saw was a student from in an engineering department, and she's learned Korean. So this is the beauty of the campus and the kinds of courses that we have here. You can learn a wide range of stuff. You can really learn for the sheer joy of learning, and I think that itself you will find very liberating. It is not because you are being forced to learn different things. Of course, we do have some core courses. So if you choose to be a mechanical engineer, for example, then the mechanical engineering department will say that for you to graduate with mechanical engineering, at least these specific things you should know, so that when the world outside looks up to you and says, oh, here is a mechanical engineer from IIT Madras, they can assume, yes, this person will know these things very well. So that's the reason there are some set of core courses. Then they also give you electives from within the department, right? Within the department itself, there are some electives. So there will be some specialization. For example, in my area of material science and metallurgical engineering, we may have a course on nanotechnology. We may have a course on materials for batteries. That's a very hot topic. You know, all these today you see all these electric vehicles that are sitting around and trying to enter the market. You see all the mobile phones where their battery capacity is going up. Material science is so everybody who's holding a phone is actually holding products which are directly material science related. So there are courses for this. So there are courses on nanotechnology. There are courses on battery materials. There are courses on semiconductors, which is exactly what your circuits are, which are sitting inside the your mobile phone or your laptop or your computer, etc. So you have a lot of electives which are within the department, and you can select. You can say that I'm a material scientist. I want to get into the semiconducting area. So I will learn about semiconducting devices. I will learn about how the semiconductors are made, how those devices are made, etc. So you will take those electives. So that's how those electives are from within the department. You also have electives outside the departments, which is what you just heard about. You know, you can take a course on Korean, learning Korean language. Let us say you love to do international travel, or you expect that you will be doing international travel, because these days most of the jobs are multinational. So you can learn things like that. You can learn a different language. You can learn something about economics. You can learn something about, I don't know, maybe astrophysics. So all kinds of different interesting stuff that you can learn. And minors, as I told you, will come as an additional certificate that we will give you along with your primary degree, which says that you have done a minor in economics or psychology or complex systems, etc. And that can again be based on your interests, which you want to highlight. See, you should also remember that many of your questions are again, what is the pay package, what is the, how many jobs will I get, etc., etc. Right? So again, as I said, it is all about how good a student you are here, not simply about the label against your name. So you should pick something that you like doing and express your originality using these minors, using this ITDD programs, etc. So that when you sit for the interview, you are no longer going to be gauged by a single number. You're not going to be gauged by a rank. They are not going to say that, so and so got whatever 187 and somebody else got 231, so therefore we must select the 187 ranked student. This whole scenario is going to disappear from your life. Henceforth you will have to present yourself as somebody who has certain set of talents, and then the people who are interviewing you will gauge you based on the talents. So if you have got a very high rank, but you have got absolutely no personality and you're unwilling to, invest in developing yourself, that is not a particularly great thing. So you have to, use all these flexibilities given to you and in an intelligent way, so that when you finally sit for the interview or you start something, etc., you can say, look, I have done this. I have specialized in this area. This was my interest. I have done all this background work, and all of that is there in these certificates. So I think I'm ideally suited for the position that you have advertised. So this is the way you will have to package yourself. You have to learn to package yourself and present yourself. And you have plenty of time. There is no rush. There is no closed doors, etc. Plenty of time, plenty of opportunity. You can make a few mistakes. You can choose some electives that are really not interesting for you. Then again, select something else that is very interesting to you. So all of this will be ahead of you. Don't feel any pressure. Don't feel pushed that, I have to do this and time is running out. Nothing like that. You have plenty of time. Here on forward, forget all the kind of stresses that you might have had coming to these exams, because that is kind of behind you. Now, from here on forward, you're free and enjoy that freedom. So that's what I would like to say. I think the screen is not showing the presentation.
Professor, I'll share this presentation. We'll go on to the changes in this year. But before that, because you said all these things, I want to share with you the electives I took, and maybe the others can also share. I had basic graph theory from computer science, Indian history from humanities, operations research from the management department, and I had some courses in vehicle dynamics from some of the vehicle themes. It was amazing. But in my time, there was only 20% free electives. So much fewer. Maybe the others, maybe Nikhil can also share.
Yeah, hi. So I think in my 5 years, I've done a lot of electives, but I think the ones that strike out the most are, there was one called Game Theory offered by the Management Studies Department. There was one wastewater treatment course from my department, and there was also a data science course which was in my department, chemical engineering. So I think these were the ones that I liked, but there were also some happiness. There was one course called Happiness, Habits, and Success, which is a very unconventional course, right? It teaches you how to cultivate habits in your life and how it ties up to success and other things. So I think broadly summarizing, these were like the 4 or 5 electives that I really liked.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I'll share the screen again. Professor, you can take over. I think we will talk now about the changes in the academic system this year.
Okay, so we have done actually, I mean, I'm discussing with you at a very interesting time in the academic process here at IIT Madras. We have recently been through something called a curriculum task force process. So we had a special team of faculty who took a lot of input from alumni, from our existing students, from the industry. A lot of input was taken to see if we can, further fine tune our curriculum, make it more interesting, valuable, something and a very good experience for you. So many more things we have done. First thing is we have tried to increase the time available to you. So relative to your seniors, you're going to have about 10% more time in your hands because we feel with a slightly, in general, comparing to international curriculum, I think IIT Madras and most of the IITs have had higher level of courses, higher number of courses, and as a requirement. So now we have reduced the requirement by about 10%. You are, of course, free to do more courses if you wish. So we want to give that flexibility to you. So that that's the first thing that we have done. As a result of this reduction, we have been able to rearrange a few different things. And as due to that, particularly in your first year, relative to your immediate seniors, you will actually get 2 weeks extra vacation per semester. So in fact, it says here for the first year, you're actually going to get 4 weeks extra vacation during your first year here, 2 weeks more in the winter break and 2 weeks more in the summer break. So that's a huge plus for you. You can really feel free to travel and do all those things that you felt you were unable to do these past 2 or 3 years. Please feel free to do all of those stuff. We have introduced a new course called a recreation course. This is also very unique. I don't think too many places have something like this. Of course, various institutes are experimenting with something of this nature, but we have introduced it here. It is for you to experience things that you have not tried before. I think many of us who spend our 10th, 11th, 12th, which are very formative years, when you're 15, 16 years, 17 years of age, you spend it all the time or most of the time in front of the book, in front of computer, learning stuff and writing exams and so on and so on. You miss out on being the young person that you are. You miss out on having all that fun of just running around, playing around and doing various things. And we strongly believe that that's a very important part of your personality. It's a very important part of you. And when you go up later in life, we would love to have you go through those experiences and have those experiences as part of you. So we have introduced this recreation course where we will have classes on various things such as, and these are just examples that I'm giving you. You could have in the sports area, which means maybe we will have some cricket coaching, we will have tennis coaching, table tennis coaching, shuttle, any number of different games will be there, and swimming, and you will have an opportunity to sign up for it and learn any of those things. And we really encourage you to, and this whole course is set up for you to learn something new. Not simply hide behind something that you already know. So if you already play table tennis very well, don't waste this opportunity. Instead, go learn swimming. If you've never been in a swimming pool, we have an Olympic-sized swimming pool, and we have professional people, lifeguards there who teach that course. I myself learned my swimming only in that swimming pool. So feel free to do that. So that's under sports. We also have one set of courses in the same recreation course. We have like 4 baskets. So one is in sports. The other would be in co-curricular or cultural activities. So, for example, you could learn singing, you could learn Carnatic music or Hindustani music, or maybe there's other forms of music that you can learn. You can learn dance if that's something that interests you. You can learn to debate. You can learn drama. All of those we will try to set up. Then the third basket is co-curricular. So we have a lot of programs where people work on, rover, Mars rover, for example, or something that is, aero model, which you can control. So you can learn how to make those circuits, how to make those controllers, how to fly those planes, how to set up this rover and test the rover, etc. So that would be the third basket. So you have sports, cultural, co-curricular, and then we have fourth basket, which is other. In the other, for example, you could have yoga. We have some special programs on yoga, which if you like to learn meditation, you want to know how to, experience yourself in a more fundamental way. So then we will have courses on yoga. We will have courses on cooking. You can learn something on cooking if that's something of interest to you. And you may also have some, improve your conversation skills and things, courses of that nature. So these are all the things that will come to you as part of this recreation course. So that is the other new thing that we have brought. We have also brought in this idea that in the second year, you will get exposed to electives in entrepreneurship. So this is a very important thing for you to recognize and note. See, what happens is, as our director, Professor Kamakoti, says often, that as a graduate from IIT Madras, okay, so you're going to graduate, if you choose to join us, when you graduate, you'll be a graduate from IIT Madras. As a graduate from IIT Madras, we hope and we expect and we believe that, you can be much more than just an employee. So you should actually, we are hoping and looking forward to you actually becoming an employer. So in other words, you open your own company, right? So you're a graduate from IIT Madras. That's not a small thing. So we would like you to really use that to become an entrepreneur, open a, some company, and then, provide employment opportunities to the public. So when you send all these questions asking, where is that pay package more and where is the pay package, how many jobs and what pay package, etc., etc., please keep in mind, you may be the one offering the pay package. So I'm going to ask you, what is that pay package? You have to tell me the answer, what is that pay package? Okay, rather than me telling you what is that pay package. So get ready to answer such questions. And for that, we have, and this entrepreneurship is a new thing. See, right, when you learned for JEE, you didn't learn about entrepreneurship. You learned about physics, chemistry, and math. So this is a new thing for you to experience. If you want to start a new company, this is something that you will find valuable. And so that is why we are introducing this to you early. In fact, by the second year, so that you can decide, this is something that interests you. You will start building in that area. You will have a lot of opportunities to try projects here, which may form the basis on which you're going to build your company. So you make something in as part of your experience here, and you say that, oh, this is an interesting product that I think, I can actually take to market. We have an ecosystem which will help you do that. And in the process, you'll become an entrepreneur. And so we have opportunities for that. In your sixth semester, we have done one more thing. We have set it up such that there are only electives in the sixth semester. This is to help you go on internships and on semester exchange programs. IIT Madras has a very rich history and a lot of opportunities for you to do semester exchange programs with several universities abroad. Many international universities have signed up with IIT Madras for semester exchange programs. So when you come to campus, you will see some number of international students in campus who have come here from other places across the world. Similarly, you will also get this opportunity to apply for internships abroad or even in companies. There are very exciting companies which will give you internships. And if you do well in the internship, they will even give you placement. So they will even, even before you come to the placement season here, you will already have a pre-placement offer from the company. And so that is a very valuable thing for you to experience and figure out. The internship also helps you figure out whether that is really the area that you are interested in, because you may have decided that you want to work in a certain type of company because your friends said it is a nice thing, your relatives said it's a nice thing, but you have to go to that company and figure out if you really are liking that. So this internship enables you to do that. In the past, students were only able to do it in the summer, which means, you have about 2 to 3 months. That's the maximum that they would be able to do. Now you have an entire semester where you have the flexibility to be an intern. So potentially, your sixth semester. So basically somewhere from December to the next August, or at least end of July, you have a long stretch where you could be an intern in some place, and that could be a very valuable experience for you. So we are looking at almost nearly 8 months of internship if you really fully maximize the limit that's available to you. And that's extremely valuable thing for you to have during your undergrad program. We also, I just showed you all the kinds of flexibility that we have brought into the program. So we are confident that you can express your, professional capabilities, professional interests with all the flexibility that we have provided here. And therefore, we find that there is no real need for a formal branch change process. We actually found that to be very restrictive and very misleading in some sense, because a very large number of students somehow think that the branch change is the thing that is going to really make the difference to you. But it's a very small number of students who actually end up doing the branch change. So it actually doesn't really give you the value for what you're looking for. On the other hand, this flexibility that we're giving you is the real value, that you can be civil engineer with a minor in electronics engineering, or an electrical engineer with a minor in data science, all kinds of different possibilities that you can have. We also have introduced a new early exit option. Again, supposing you want to open a company and you really want to, you really feel, I have 4 years is a lot of time from my side. I wish I could open the company faster. I'm very eager. I have got everything ready. I really don't want to, spend 4 full years out here. I want to try something else right now. Then we do have an exit at the end of 3 years. So again, once you join here, we will show you those options. We'll tell you how to qualify for the option and how you can go about exercising that option. But in general, you will have an option of that nature available to you, so that you can, if you decide to exit at the end of 3 years, there then be an option for you to follow through with that. And most of the departments will have this exit option, and then you will be able to utilize it. So you can see across the board, going from left to right, a wide range of interesting features we have introduced, and every one of them is something that I believe you'll really benefit from, and you'll really find very enjoyable to have at your disposal.
Thank you, Professor. We are running a little short on time. We are running about 15 minutes behind. I've gone through the questions. I want to pick up 2 questions with you. Before that, I want to tell you, this is what a black box looks like. This is an actual campus photograph. All the Q&A slides, we have put up pictures of the animals that we share our home with. So, you'll see it a bit. So, Professor, 2 questions I want to bring up. One is that on the website, when you look at the BTech curriculum on the IITM website, it shows a 2019 curriculum. Will that be updated, is the question, or is that the syllabus? Professor Pratap, are you able to hear me? Okay, so I guess Professor Pratap is having some issues. We can take the question later. Professor Pratap, could you hear me? Professor, there are 2 questions that I would like to. Okay, I guess he's being interrupted by someone. Hi, Professor.
Yeah. Okay, so we will go ahead and yeah, there are 2 questions, I believe.
Yeah, so one question is about when we look at the website, the course curriculum, it shows the 2019 course curriculum. Will that be updated, or is that the latest one? Professor, could you hear me? Okay, I think Professor is not able to hear me.
So there's a question here on I'm just picking some questions because.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes, curriculum will be updated shortly. We are just going through some approval process. So we are almost done. We will have the curriculum updated, and I expect that it will be up shortly. But yeah, much of what I have shown you is what is going to be in that curriculum. The older curriculum had about 432 credits, so the new curriculum has about 400 credits, and all the other details should be up shortly. Yes.
Okay, thank you, Professor. The other question that I was looking at is somebody has asked about score. And obviously, we don't have scores in IIT Madras. We have CG and CGPA. So would you like to just...
Can you please repeat the question? I missed the audio.
Professor, there's a student who has asked about the score, and I was thinking that we don't have scores in IITM. We have CG and CGPA. Would you like to just explain what that CG and CGPA system is?
Yes. So as I just mentioned that we have a credit system. So the credit system is basically something that gives you the relative importance or relative effort put into different courses. So if like I said, if one course has 1/4 the effort in terms of time that has been allocated for the course versus another course, the relative be a weighted average where you will take 4 times the weight of the heavier course and 1 time the weight of the lower course, score of the lower course, and then take the average, divide by 5. So this is our system. So each course has in your final, mark sheet, so to speak, we call it a grade card here instead of a mark sheet. In your grade card, there will be grades against every course. So the highest grade you can get is a S grade, which has 10 points. The next grade is an A, which is 9, and so on. So B, C, D, we like that we go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, like that. So if somebody has got an S grade in one course, they have got 10 points for that. And let us say that is a 4-credit course. So they would have got 40 credit points from it. Another course, they have got, an A grade. And so that is, and let us say that is also 4-credit course. So then they have got 36 credit points from that. So you add those two and then you divide by 8. So that is your credit point average. So that is our CGPA, cumulative grade point average. We have one for each semester plus one overall. And so that is how your grade points will be. So when you finally graduate, you will have some number out of 10. You will have, say, 8.5, 9, something out of 10. And 8.5 means on average, you have been getting between an A and a B. On average, you have done somewhere between an A and a B. If you've got a 9, it means on average across various courses, you have got a 9 CGPA. You've got an A grade on average. So this is how our point system here works.
Thank you, Professor. We close this session. We'll move on to the next session. We are running about 15-20 minutes late. Thank you so much, Professor Pratap, for joining us. Really grateful that you could make the time.
Yeah, I wish all of you a very happy and prosperous future, and I'm hoping to see you all at IIT Madras. I think you'll have a great time ahead. Good luck with everything.
With that session, let's move on to the next. I want to introduce Professor Ravindran. Hi, sir. Welcome. Professor Ravindran is the head of department of the new DSAI department and one of the top AI researchers in the country. His students have gone on to do PhDs and set papers and do a lot of work in the AI field, and also have started companies and have become really popular and famous. Professor Ravindran, over to you.
So thank you, Avitash. And once again, I'd like to congratulate everyone on the call for having gotten this far. And this is really a great time for you guys to pause a minute, enjoy what you have achieved so far, and then get into this next stage of worrying about what's going to come. And take a moment, reflect, and soak in this feeling. So, Amrit, are we going to start with the presentation, or?
Yeah, we can start.
Yeah. So what we want to do in the next 20 to 25 minutes is introduce this new program that we have launched with IIT Madras this year, this BTech in AI and Data Analytics. And before we get into the details of the program, let's hear from a couple of people about what it means to study AI in this day and age.
It's similar to how computer science evolved as its own kind of independent field from affiliated areas like mathematics, electrical engineering, and so on. We are similarly experiencing the emergence of AI almost as a separate discipline within itself. AI, or artificial intelligence, is a technology that makes machines, computer systems, basically act in an intelligent manner. In recent years, been really making progress at an amazingly fast pace. It is even being used to accelerate scientific discovery. An example is the AlphaFold program from Google DeepMind. So given that AI is being used to transform every industry, today there are so many companies which are looking for deep AI experts to basically improve their products, improve their services. There's never been a better time to be an AI researcher, to be an AI practitioner. There are so many exciting problems that you can work on and make a difference to the world at large. You can actually have a positive impact on lives of billions of people through your work in the field of AI.
If you want to,
Shall I take it up, Professor?
Yeah, please do that as well. And then we can.
If you learn AI as your broad topic for your undergraduate degree, and you want to design new polymers, and you can use data-driven AI techniques for doing that because you already have the fundamentals for doing that in your undergraduate. So I always feel like you have to take as broad a topic as possible. And right now, AI is in fact a very broad topic to take for your undergraduate degree. So AI is pervasive. It's there everywhere. 20 years back, when computers took over, every field, be it medicine or business or engineering or circuit design, they all started adapting computational techniques into their domains, which is exactly why if you're an incoming undergraduate student, you want to pick the topic that is broad enough that once you finish it and you want to focus on a particular domain, particular area, let's say for your master's or your PhD, where you're going to be like very specialized in that particular topic, then you want to find the area that is as broad as possible for your undergraduate degree. And right now, AI is that topic now. And I can confidently tell you that Vadvani School of Data Science and AI is really one of the best schools in Asia for doing AI undergraduate degree.
So as you heard from Dr. Manish Gupta, right? So AI has become a very, very interdisciplinary field with impact across multiple domains. Right? So what we decided at IIT Madras is that we will be taking a look at AI as this broad interdisciplinary subject and topic. And over the past several years, we have been building various research programs and degree programs that pay attention to this interdisciplinary aspects of AI. At this point, we feel that the field has evolved to such a state. It behoves us to start looking at AI as its own discipline, as opposed to something that just adds on to another discipline. So I would like to invite Professor Arun Sankirara to the meeting. Professor Arun, can you join the meeting?
Yeah, good morning. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah,
so Professor Arun, I'll just quickly introduce you. So Professor Arun is also part of the new Department of Data Science and AI, and he comes from a chemical engineering background, but has been doing so much data-driven computing over the past couple of decades that he is now part of this school of data science and AI. And I would want Arun to say a few words about how we went about this whole curriculum design.
Yeah, thanks, Ravi. Congratulations to all those who have made it. So in the curriculum for the BTech in AIDA, what we have essentially done is we have built it from scratch, and we ensure that first you get the foundations, the required foundations in math and statistics. So that you will see in the curriculum appearing mostly in the first 2 semesters, and then gradually exposed to the other aspects of data science and AI, which are important. Essentially teach you machine learning models and algorithms to train those models. You will see that more or less these are sequenced this way. Of course, there'll be a bit of a staggering there. And one of the interesting features as you go along in the curriculum that you will see is we then teach you how to apply these techniques and these models and algorithms to different domains. It could be science, it could be engineering, it could be healthcare. And the electives.
Arun, quickly, there is one slide which has this structure. I'm just requesting you to
please
share that slide.
Sure.
Yeah, very good. That might help us.
Yeah, so as you can see on the screen, your first year focuses on building the foundations in math and statistics, and of course, programming, undoubtedly, which is quite critical to the implementation. And in the second year, we get you introduced to machine learning and AI fundamentals, where you start learning different modeling paradigms and, including deep nets, CNNs, and all of that. And year three gets more exciting because you get into advanced topics such as deep learning, reinforcement learning, which essentially builds on what you've learned in year two and year one. And as I was mentioning, there are electives that allow you to explore other facets and get into specific applications. It could be the current mainstream applications such as speech, NLP, natural language processing, and so on, or it could be into domains. And one of the features that we have, which is probably not reflected here explicitly in the slide, is that we don't teach you pure science courses as you must have learned in 11th and 12th. And justifiably, you learn them in a pure way there. But when you come to engineering, we believe, especially when you come to the AIDA department, we believe that you should be studying these sciences through the lens of the data science or machine learning and so on. So we have courses that introduce you to computational versions of the sciences. It could be computational physics, computational biology, or computational chemistry, which is quite unique when compared to any other curriculum for any other discipline, either within IIT Madras or maybe across the institute. So you really are going to get introduced to science through a different lens. And as you progress to year four, you would have developed enough expertise to start along a project. See, after all, you want to graduate not just with the theory and bits of problem solving skills, but you want to be able to graduate with the skill of applying what you have learned to a particular domain problem. And the capstone projects that we have allow you to implement those in addition to your young researcher fellowships and so on that IIT Madras offers. And the internships that are not, again, listed here, but are a part of every curriculum in the institute, give you the opportunity to go and explore, experience real life problems and apply these concepts, come back and again advance your knowledge. So you can see that the curriculum has been structured in not only a sequential way, but also considering your future needs. It has everything in it that both a student who is aspiring for higher education and a student who is aspiring for an industry job. In fact, we really look forward to the first batch, and learn along and see what suits you best. Remember, this is the first edition, so we will also depend on the feedback from you as we progress year after year. Yeah, over to you, Ravi.
Sure. So as
anything else that you wanted me to point it out or point out?
No,
Arun,
well, that's good.
Arun, that's an excellent question. That's directed best at you. So usually we see DS and apply being applied to domain. How would a student build domain knowledge to apply the concepts of DS and AI?
I think that's an excellent question. So one of the things that we are insisting in our curriculum is that you not only learn pure AI or pure ML. As I mentioned earlier, we want you to be able to apply to the domain. So we have reserved some space for you, and we are kind of almost mandating that you pick a domain as you go along and take courses that really attract you, that particular domain attracts you. It could be mechanical engineering, it could be electrical, it could be even pure science, whatever. You pick, you do courses. There is no substitute for that. You do at least 1 or 2 courses to pick the domain knowledge and then come back and apply that. So that's how the curriculum is structured.
And I'd also like to introduce Dr. Karthik Raman, who just joined us, and he is also faculty at the Department of Data Science and AI. And he comes with a background in both computational engineering and biosciences. And so before we move on to the next slide, I wanted to say a few more things about the curriculum itself. So some folks have been asking us questions about, say, how would this be different from computer science, or how would this be different from math and computing? So this is a brand new curriculum that we have designed completely from scratch and not deriving it from other disciplines. So, for example, the way it differs from computer science is that there are a lot more math courses, fundamental math courses that are part of the core curriculum. And in fact, we even do a lab. Right? So we even have an optimization lab in math. Right. So this is essentially not just teaching you the principles of various techniques, but also letting you practice on how to apply these to solve real problems. Right. So the goal is basically to help you design AI systems to solve real problems, not just to give you an introduction to the theoretical background or theoretical backing and have a simple a couple of exercises that go with the labs. So that has been the focus of this program. And so one of the things that we realize when we do research over the years, right, it's all good to understand the basics and the advanced concepts, but unless you actually start implementing things and you show results, you are not able to write impactful papers in research architecture. So both in terms of preparing you for a career in research and preparing you for the more exciting job opportunities that are opening up that are driven by AI, and not just in just in a pure IT space, but AI opportunities are opening up in multiple disciplines. And like Dr. Manish Gupta mentioned earlier, right? So AI is affecting almost everything that people are doing, whether it is sciences or whether it is engineering or whether it is everyday social interaction. So we aim to prepare you to be ready to solve problems that directly impact people. So that is the uniqueness of this curriculum as compared to many of the other pure CS or math and computing curriculums that you see around.
I just wanted to add, Ravi, that apart from the math, we have math. Obviously, by math, Ravi meant statistics as well. So we have quite a bit of courses on statistics that you will probably not find in a CS curriculum. In fact, there is a course that teaches you how to explore things by smart enumeration, which are known as Monte Carlo methods. So there are many such stat courses that tell you how to make inferences from data, which are unique to the AIDA program. Yeah, over to you.
Yeah, sure. So I very quickly, we want to talk about some of the the research themes that the center, the department is focusing on and has a great presence. Right. So we have a few people with us who can talk about this. So can we put the next slide? Yeah, we spoke about this already. Do we want to play the video here? Yeah. So maybe Karthik can tell us a little bit about AI in healthcare.
Sure. So I think there are a few questions on biological sciences, biological engineering, and of course AI and how AI data science and data analytics can be applied to healthcare. So what we really pride ourselves on at the Vadmani School is we've been working on India-specific problems. So we're looking at the Indian genome, we're looking at Indian patient data to try and understand what's very different about the Indian population and how we can build new tools and new technologies that can help improve healthcare here. And we have lots of exciting projects ranging from trying to understand. So many of you would be surprised that for the last several decades we continue to use a pregnancy dating formula that was developed in the West based on a small population of women in the US. And for the first time, we've now developed a new model that takes into account the how Indian fetuses are very different from other regions and so on. And we also do a lot of microbiome research. That's something that my lab specifically works on, where we've studied how microbes inhabit regions from deep sea really to outer space, right? So in the International Space Station. So in fact, we use graph theory and networks to study how these microbes interact with each other. And we basically do a lot of math and apply it to biology, something that you may think is not really possible because you're probably used to hear people saying that they either love math or biology. But if you love both math and biology, you know where to go.
Can you go to the next slide? So let me talk a little bit about this. So AI, as we know, right, is affecting almost all aspects of life. Right. So I always jokingly say that as long as AI is controlling safe systems like nuclear reactors, we know exactly how the AI should behave. Right. But when AI starts, interacting with human beings, right, as it is doing now almost on a daily basis, so it is not it's no longer clear what is the right response or right behavior to many situations that the AI systems face. Right. And it's becoming a larger and larger focus around the globe on how do you build and deploy these systems in a responsible way. And IIT Madras is the leader in this space, and having formed the very first Center for Responsible AI in the country, and works with several organizations in building these models, and also working on cutting edge research that allows us to deploy these models safely, both in the Indian setting and as well as can be. And there's a lot of work that happens here in AI and transportation. In fact, we have worked with improving ambulance services in the city, and as well as looking at traffic modeling to improve congestion. And that's one of the so IIT Madras has been advising many organizations, many governments in terms of how to improve their mobility. And AI has again played a very key role, and Professor Geeta Krishnan leads the AI efforts in transportation at DSI. Then again, we are the leaders in looking at building AI solutions for the manufacturing space, right? Particularly in small scale industries that are contributing to a very large fraction of the economy of India. And so we are really solving problems that help the Indian economy directly improve. And Professor Raghu Rangaswamy leads the research in AI and manufacturing, and he's again part of the Department of Data Science and AI. And I would request Professor Mitesh Kapra, who is again faculty in data science and AI, to talk about our efforts in addressing problems with Indian language, building Indian language models in AI.
Everyone, so I'm Mitesh, and I head the AI for Bharat Research Group at IIT Madras in the DSI department. And what is AI for Bharat? Right? So as the name suggests, we want to make sure that AI gets used to solve the problems of Bharat, right? And while Ravi and others were talking, they said that AI today has become prevalent in almost everything that we do, right? All our interactions with our phones or various devices always require some sort of interaction with AI. Now, to facilitate these interactions, one thing which is very crucial in the Indian context is our linguistic diversity, right? We speak so many different languages. There are 22 scheduled languages in India, more than 1,500 languages in the census of 2011, and more than 100 languages which have at least 1 lakh speakers or above, right? And what we are trying to do at AI for Bharat, very simply put, is that to ensure that for Indian languages, AI technology is at par with English, right? So just to give you a few examples, today, if you want to make a payment, digital payment, say you're using UPI or any of NPC or any of such apps, then you would want a facility where, say, a regular Indian, right, who speaks one of the many languages in India, should just be able to give a voice command. Now, I'll say that in Hindi, which is mere account number and say a 16-digit account number, say 100 rupees mere dost ke account mein transfer kar dijiye, right? And the machine should just recognize this and do the need for this. Will just have a significant impact on the adoption of such services in India, because even today, there are at least 300 million users in India who do not have smartphones, right? If they're using regular feature phones, then it's important that we have these voice-enabled technologies. Same thing, if you're controlling your digital appliances at home, it's very important that you should be able to interact with them in your regional languages. A lot of content on the net, whether educational content or otherwise, gets typically generated in English. How do we make it accessible to all Indians, right? And when I say accessible, imagine a scenario that you have a query, you want to find out about the Battle of Panipat, you should be able to ask this query in your native language. Perhaps there's a document on the internet in English about the Battle of Panipat. The document should be retrieved based on your Indian query and then translated and showed it to you, because you might be able to consume it best in your regional language, right? So how do you facilitate this for all the Indian languages that we care about? Right? That's something that my group looks into. And the technology that we develop actually has impact on the ground, because as we speak, it is being used by the Supreme Court of India to translate all judgments into multiple Indian languages so that they can become more accessible to the people. It is also being used in a partnership with Tamil Nadu government to assess the reading fluency of speakers. So there's a kid who reads out a Tamil sentence, and our engine detects whether the read out sentence is actually matching what was shown to the student, right? And this happens through speech recognition. And similarly, there are efforts in agriculture where we are trying to address farmer grievances automatically. So they're everything to do with languages and their use in improving access to AI technology for the common man is what our group focuses on. There's a lot of cutting edge research that we do here. We publish in top tier conferences, and we also have deployed these solutions in partnership with government through their Bhashini project. Right? So really excited about some of you joining the department and sort of maybe helping us take this technology further, working with us, with our students and researchers, and helping us drive AI for Indian languages so that it can have a lot of impact on the ground. Thank you.
Yeah. So since you brought up this multilingual question, Mitesh, can I ask you to come back on and say a few words in Hindi about AI and ADA?
Yeah, right. सो एआई आज हम जो भी करते हैं, जैसे हम फोन से इंटरेक्ट कर रहे हैं या गूगल सर्च कर रहे हैं या मैप्स यूज कर रहे हैं नेविगेशन के लिए। आप सब अब जब चेन्नई आएंगे तो आई एम श्योर आप मैप्स यूज करोगे टू फाइंड आउट आईआईटी मद्रास कहाँ है और इंस्ट्रक्शंस देने के लिए। तो ये सारी चीजें एआई से ही ड्रिवन होती हैं। ये एआई इनको मुमकिन करता है। और इस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है कि हम भारत के लिए जो एआई सॉल्यूशंस बनाए वो भारत की प्रॉब्लम्स को जानकर उनके बारे में सॉल्यूशंस के बारे में सोचे, एज अपोज टू जस्ट हम वेस्टर्न टेक्नोलॉजी ले और उसको भारत के लिए यूज करें। तो ये डिपार्टमेंट का बहुत प्राइमरी फोकस रहेगा। जैसे हमने कहा कि हेल्थ केयर में भी हम वो डेटा एनालाइज करना चाहते हैं जो भारत के लिए रेलिवेंट है, इंडियन मदर्स का डेटा, इंडियन इन्फेंट्स का डेटा। एंड ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है और हम ये डिपार्टमेंट अब शुरू हो रहा है, ये इसका फर्स्ट ईयर है। और इसके शुरू करने के पीछे रीजन यही है कि एआई आगे चल के बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है देश के लिए। इसमें बहुत सारी जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज है, इसमें बहुत सारा रिसर्च एंड इनोवेशन अपॉर्चुनिटीज है, और इसको सबको एक डिपार्टमेंट में केंद्रित करना बहुत आवश्यक हो गया था। इसलिए हमने ये डिपार्टमेंट शुरू किया है और हम बहुत एक्साइटेड हैं कि अमंग द टॉप रैंकर्स जो होंगे जेई के इस ईयर, उसमें से कई लोग इस डिपार्टमेंट को चूज करेंगे, बिकॉज इट्स अ यूनिक अपॉर्चुनिटी और आगे चल के आपको इसका बहुत फायदा होगा। तो वेलकम एंड आपका स्वागत है इस डिपार्टमेंट पर।
And Arun, yes, you know what where I'm going to next.
I made a prediction.
Yep.
సో ఏఐ గురించి మీరు అందరూ వినే ఉంటారు. దానికి కోర్స్ తెలుగు అనువాదం ఉంది, కృత్రిమ విజ్ఞానం, కృత్రిమ జ్ఞానం అని. కానీ మా ప్రోగ్రామ్కి ఏఐడిఏ ప్రోగ్రామ్కి డిఏ అని ఉంది, డేటా అనాలిటిక్స్. అది కొంచెం తక్కువ వినుంటారు ప్రజలు. సో ఈ డేటా అనాలిటిక్స్ అనేది ఏంటంటే మనకు వచ్చిన డేటాని విశ్లేషించి ఏ ప్రాసెస్ నుంచి మనకి డేటా వస్తుంది, అది మన హెల్త్ గురించి ఉండొచ్చు, లేకపోతే ఒక ఫ్యాక్టరీ ఇండస్ట్రీ గురించి ఉండొచ్చు, లేకపోతే మనం ఒక అమెజాన్లో పర్చేస్ చేస్తుంటే ఆ డేటాను పెట్టుకొని అమెజాన్ మనకి ఏదైతే చెప్తుందో ఇట్లాంటి కస్టమర్స్ ఈ ప్రోడక్ట్ని ఇలా రేటింగ్ ఇచ్చారు, ఇవన్నీ ఈ డేటా వచ్చే డేటాని, అది ఇమేజ్ అవ్వచ్చు, లేకపోతే అది ఒక సెట్ ఆఫ్ నెంబర్స్ ఉండొచ్చు, లేకపోతే ఒక హెల్త్ కేర్లో మనం హాస్పిటల్కి వెళ్తే ఒక స్కాన్ ఉండొచ్చు, ఏదైనా ఉండొచ్చు, డేటా ఏ రూపంలో అయినా రావచ్చు. ఆ డేటాని విశ్లేషించి మనకు ఏదైతే ఉపయోగకరమైన ఒక ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ కావాలనో అది ఇచ్చేది డేటా అనాలిటిక్స్. దీనికి కావాల్సింది స్టాటిస్టిక్స్. ఇవన్నీ అందుకే ఇంతకు ముందర నేను చెప్పింది, స్టాటిస్టిక్స్ అనేది ఒక ఇంపార్టెంట్ పార్ట్ మా కరికులంలో ఉన్న ఒక చాలా ముఖ్యమైన ఒక కాన్సెప్ట్ అపార్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ ఏఐ. ఈ రెండు కలిపితే దెన్ యూ హ్యావ్, మీకు చాలా ఒక అద్భుతమైన ఒక టూల్ మీ చేతిలో ఉంది. ఒక ప్రాసెస్ని ఆటోమేట్ చేయడమే కాకుండా ఆ ప్రాసెస్ని ఎలా నడపాలి, ఒక ఫాల్ట్ లేకుండా, ఏదైనా ఇబ్బంది లేకుండా టైం టు టైం ఒక మానిటరింగ్ స్కీమ్ అనేది మనం నిర్మించడం, వీటన్నిటికీ డేటా అనలిటిక్స్ చాలా అవసరం. సో ఈ ప్రోగ్రాంలో కనుక మీరు రిజిస్టర్ అయితే, అండ్ హోప్ఫుల్లీ ఇప్పుడు ఉన్న వాళ్ళలో చాలామంది మా ప్రోగ్రాంలో జాయిన్ అవుతారని మా నమ్మకం. జాయిన్ అయితే మీకు ఈ స్కిల్స్ అన్నీ మీ చేతిలో ఉంటాయి అట్ ద ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ థర్డ్ ఇయర్ స్టార్టింగ్, లేకపోతే 7th సెమిస్టర్ కల్లా. దాని తర్వాత మీరు నిశ్చయించుకోవచ్చు దీనికి ఇంకా అడ్వాన్స్డ్గా చదువుకోవాలా లేకపోతే మీరు ఉద్యోగం చేయాలని. ఆధునిక ఈ కాలంలో ఇది చాలా ఒక ముఖ్యమైన స్కిల్. బట్ దీంతో పాటు మనం ఏ ప్రాసెస్కి అయితే అప్లై చేస్తున్నామో ఆ ప్రాసెస్ను అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి. అంటే అది బయోలాజికల్ ప్రాసెస్ అయితే దాని యొక్క కొంచెం సైన్స్ అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి. అది అర్థం చేసుకుంటేనే మనం ఇది కరెక్ట్గా వాడుకోవచ్చు. లేకపోతే ఊరికేనే కేవలం ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ నేర్చుకున్న లేకపోతే ఏఐ నేర్చుకుంటే మనకు కొంచెం సగం విజ్ఞానం వచ్చినట్టు అర్థం. పూర్తి జ్ఞానం రావాలంటే ఏఐ డొమైన్ రెండింటిని కలిపి వాడితే అప్పుడు మన దగ్గర ఒక అద్భుతమైన కళ ఉంది అని అర్థం. సో ఆ అద్భుతమైన ఒక నైపుణ్యత, ఆ కళ ఇచ్చే ప్రోగ్రామే ఏఐడిఏ. సో మీ అందరికీ సుస్వాగతం. మీరు జాయిన్ అవుతారని ఎదురు చూస్తున్నాను. థ్యాంక్ యూ.
Professor, that's amazing. And I may just also say that a lot of questions we get are from people who are not very fluent in English, and they often ask us, do I have to know English in IIT Madras? And of course, do I have to know Tamil also? And it's we keep telling them that, it's a central government university. People are here from all over the place.
As much as AI, we develop multilingual AI, we have multilingual faculty, so not to worry.
So,
go, Professor Ravindran.
No, I'm just going to ask Karthik to say a few words in Tamil.
Okay.
So, நீங்க எல்லாரும் ரொம்ப யோசிச்சுட்டு இருப்பீங்க, இப்ப புதுசா இது என்ன ஏஐன்னு வந்திருக்கு அப்படின்னு. ஏஐ டேட்டா அனலிட்டிக்ஸ் ரொம்ப நாளா எல்லாரும் கம்ப்யூட்டர் சயின்ஸ் பத்தி தான் பேசிட்டு இருக்கோம். ஆனா நீங்க இப்ப பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஏஐ வந்து ஒரு ரொம்ப பேசிக் ஃபீல்ட் ஆயிடுது. எது எடுத்தாலும் உங்களுக்கு ஏஐ இருக்கு. என்ன நீங்க கார்த்தால இருந்து ஒரு இந்த மீட்டிங் ஜாயின் பண்றதுக்குள்ள ஒரு 4-5 ஏஐ அல்காரிதம் அவர் மேலேயே யூஸ் பண்ணிருப்பீங்க. ஏன்னா நீங்க உங்க போன்ல ஆட்டோ கரெக்ட் ஆகும், இல்லாட்டி உங்க ஏதாவது கூகுள் மேப்ஸ்ல பார்த்துருப்பீங்க. அந்த மாதிரி எல்லாத்துலயும் ஏஐயோட ஒரு தாக்கம் இருக்கு. அதனால இதை வந்து எப்படி நம்ம சிஸ்டமேட்டிக்கா படிச்சு இதுக்காக என்ன மாதிரி மேத்தமேட்டிக்ஸ் தேவை, என்ன மாதிரி அல்காரிதம்ஸ் தேவை, இதெல்லாம் தனியா பிளான் பண்ணி ஒரு கோர்ஸ் ஆஃபர் பண்றோம் நாங்க. அதனால இதை படிச்சு நீங்க பல டொமைன்ல வேலை பார்க்கலாம். இப்ப கம்ப்யூட்டர் சயின்ஸ் எடுத்துனீங்கன்னா அது மெயினா கம்ப்யூட்டர் சயின்ஸ் ஃபோக்கஸோட இருக்கும். இப்ப ஏஐடிஏ எடுத்துனீங்கன்னா அதோட மெயின் ஃபோக்கஸ் வந்து ஏஐஎம்எல். ஆனா அதுக்கு ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் டொமைன்ல அப்ளை பண்ணும். இப்ப ஹெல்த் கேர், இப்ப ஒரு மாதிரி இப்ப நம்ம எக்ஸ்ரே எல்லாம் எப்ப பார்த்தாலும் சொல்றாங்க எல்லாரும் இந்தியாவில வந்து அவ்வளோ ரேடியாலஜிஸ்ட் கிடையாது இப்ப ரெஸ்ட் ஆஃப் த வேர்ல்டு மாதிரின்னு. அதனால நம்ம ஒரு ஏஐ யூஸ் பண்ணி இந்த எக்ஸ்ரேஸ் எல்லாம் இந்த ஏஐ அனலைஸ் பண்ணி முக்கியமான எக்ஸ்ரேஸ் ஒண்டி ஒரு எக்ஸ்பர்ட்க்கு ஃபிளாக் பண்ணி அவங்க அதை பார்த்து இந்த பர்சன் இன்னும் ஹையர் ஃபர்தர் ட்ரீட்மெண்ட்டுக்கு போகணுமா வேணாமா அந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் பண்ணலாம். அந்த மாதிரி இப்ப பல அட்வான்சஸ் இப்ப ஏஐ மூலமா நடந்துட்டு இருக்கு. அண்ட் இப்ப ஐஐடி மெட்ராஸ்ல முக்கியமா இன்னொரு புது டிபார்ட்மெண்ட், நம்ம ஏஐ டேட்டா சயின்ஸ் புது டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் பத்தி பேசணும். ஆனா இன்னொரு 17வது டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் வந்து மெடிக்கல் சயின்சஸ் அண்ட் டெக்னாலஜின்னு ஆரம்பிச்சாங்க. இந்த 2 டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்டும் இப்ப கொலாபரேட் பண்ணி ஹெல்த் கேர்ல ஒரு மைனர் கூட ஆஃபர் பண்ண போறோம். அந்த மாதிரி இப்ப வேற ரொம்ப முக்கியமான ஏரியாஸ்லாம் உங்களுக்கு ஏஐ எம்எலோட தாக்கம் ஜாஸ்தியா இருக்கு. அதை நம்ம லெவரேஜ் பண்றதுக்கு இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய மைனர்ஸ், நிறைய எலெக்டிவ்ஸ், நிறைய டொமைன்ஸ்ல இந்த டிபார்ட்மெண்ட்ல ஃபோக்கஸ் இருக்கு. ஸோ எல்லாரும் இந்த கோர்ஸ் பத்தி இன்னும் நிறைய பண்ணுங்க. நான் அந்த லிங்க்ஸ் எல்லாமும் போஸ்ட் பண்ணியிருக்கோம். நீங்க அதெல்லாம் பார்த்துட்டு நீங்க யூ கேன் மேக் அப் யுவர் மைண்ட் டு சி ஹவு இந்த ஏஐ டேட்டா சயின்ஸ் அண்ட் ஏஐ வந்து இப்ப ரொம்ப பாப்புலரா இருக்கு. அண்ட் இதுல வந்து நீங்களும் எங்களோட சேர்ந்து படிச்சு இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் இந்த அட்வான்சஸ்க்கு கான்ட்ரிபியூட் பண்ணணும்.
So as you heard from all of us, right? So this is a very exciting time to be in AI, right? So not only are you going to improve yourself, and given the focus that we have at our department, right? You will also help change India. Come work with us and help us change India. So because of all our efforts so far, right? One of our alumnus, Mr. Sunil Vadwani, was inspired and funded this whole Vadwani School of Data Science and AI with a grant of about 115 crore rupees. He thinks that we are going to have a significant impact both in India and in the world with the work that we do at IIT Madras, and we really would love to have you on board. Right. And before we end, I will leave you with a sentiment from one of our other more recent alumnus. Amrit, you want to put up the slide that you had?
Yes. I will put up the slide. Yeah. Should we play that Badwani school the donation video? Should we play this?
Yeah, sure. We can play that and then end with Arjun's slide and we can have questions.
Okay.
Take some.
IIT Madras has been at the forefront of AI research for several years now. And we have been focusing on building AI as an interdisciplinary research area. And there have been several centers that have been set up at IIT Madras. And now we are looking at building both degree programs in this space. We are grateful to our alumnus, Sunil Badwani. He looked at what IIT Madras was doing and he decided to support us very generously with a donation of 115 crore rupees, using which we have now set up this Vadvani School of Data Science and AI, which allows us to synergize all the different AI and data science activities that we have been doing on campus, and also to launch these various degree programs. From the Vadvani School of Data Science and AI, so we are offering multiple programs. The flagship program is going to be this undergraduate program, BTech program in AI and data analytics. What is novel about this program is that even as an undergraduate program, we are looking at it as training people to look at AI in an interdisciplinary manner. So we're not just going to teach people the algorithms, but we're also going to tell them how to build the system anyway. Thank you.
Yeah. So this is Arvind Srinivas, who is a very recent 2016 alumnus from IITM, and who worked on AI during his time here and has gone on now to really revolutionize how people search for knowledge, right, on the web. And just wanted to leave you with this, and we're happy to take questions.
I think Professor Karthik Raman has been answering all the questions so brilliantly that
I have one question. I have a couple of questions which came up, which I think deserve an answer. So one of them was questions about our curriculum itself. The curriculum is available online, so you can go to the decide.iitm.ac.in webpage, and you can find the semester-wise breakup of courses and all that, and we'll keep updating that on a regular basis with more details about the actual topics that are covered in every course. But right now, the overall curriculum is available. Right? And there is another question about job opportunities, and I hope that this presentation so far has convinced you that there is not going to be any breadth of opportunities. In fact, there are going to be a lot more variety in the kind of job profiles that you are going to see when you complete your degree in AI and data.
Professor, on that point, your department also offers an IEEE in data science, which has been being offered for a while now. It's now more clear. Students from the IEEE in data science have actually got really good placements. We don't have that data, but they're doing.
Yes, in fact, way better than the parent department placements. In fact, their placements are typically competitive with the highest pay packages that are being paid. So we have people with BTech in engineering design and the masters in data science, or chemical engineering, electrical engineering. I mean, among the 14 or so engineering departments that are there in IIT Madras, almost 12 of those departments have had students do masters in data science, and all of them have had fantastic.
Professor, I think that trend is going to continue because obviously the BTech in AI is going to be very competitive. Not everybody is going to be able to get there, so they're going to come to you for an IEEE request, I guess.
Sure. So we have about, so I think somebody would ask you about the strength. So we have 50 seats overall for BTech in AI and data analytics, and about 75 seats in the IEEE data science. That was another question that I saw.
And the other thing to sort of note is that this interdisciplinary dual degree is open to everybody walking into the campus. right? So anybody in any department at IIT Madras is free to, of course, there are like CGPA cutoff. There will be some competition at the end. There are only 70 seats at the end of the day. But no, you are, everybody is very welcome to pick courses from this department and also, look at our IDDD in data science.
Apart from this, we also offer multiple minors. So we have a minor in machine learning, minor in applied artificial intelligence, and we also have a minor in AI for healthcare, like Professor Karthik was mentioning about with in collaboration with the medical sciences.
Fantastic, Professor. Looks like there are no more questions. This was amazing. I want to just thank you all. 4 of you have come and you've given us your time. I hope the audience realizes how
Just
busy.
one last point. Can I add one point?
Yes.
I think just building on what Karthik mentioned earlier when he was doing the Tamil version of narration. So the curriculum offers 3 minors, and minor is a concept essentially which allows students to pursue interests in other disciplines or at the intersection of the parent discipline and other domains. So our AIDA program offers 3 minors. One of them, Karthik mentioned, AI in healthcare. There is another minor called Applied AI, which focuses completely on application of AI in a particular domain of the choice of the student. And there is a third minor, which is in machine learning. So although we've been saying a lot of domain-driven and domain-driven implementations and so on, there are students who get excited about foundational AI or theoretical ML and so on. So there is a third minor which focuses on this, which we call as AI in ML. I mean, sorry, minor in ML. Right. And essentially that is asking students to, allowing students who have passion in theoretical ML to take up courses specifically in that respect, and then use it accordingly in their career. So the minor is a great concept, and we are proud to offer 3 minors. Just wanted to add that. Thanks.
I want to just say additionally that I was talking to Arvind because we were making a video yesterday, and he said that all these professors in the Department of AI have been doing AI from before AI became cool. And it's amazing if students get a chance to work with you. Want to remind the audience that there are some on-campus programs. There is a demo day we have on Chennai on 15th and 16th. In Bangalore, if you're coming to the Bangalore Chennai a demo day on 11th, that's Tuesday, you will get to meet.
And I will also be there.
Right. Professor Ravindran will be there. If you're in Hyderabad and you can come to the Hyderabad demo day, then you will meet Professor Mahesh, who's the Dean of Alumni Affairs. So do try to come and meet us in person. We can clarify some more of your questions. Thank you so much. I guess we will move on to the research section. If the professors have the time and want to stay on, we would be very grateful. Let's start.
I'll take leave. I wish the students all the best.
Yeah, wish you all the best. I'll also take leave. Looking forward to meeting some of you when you join here. Thank you.
I miss stopping at this slide. I told you that all the slides, Piyush, who has made the slides, has all the question slides have the animals on campus. There are a lot of birds. Prakriti is the wildlife club at IIT Madras, and these are a bunch of owls. Owls are not that common in IIT Madras, but there are quite a few. We are in a...
Most of the owls on campus are the students who are night owls.
Right, Professor. Research at IIT Madras. Traditionally, I will play this video, but before I play it, I want to tell you that traditionally IIT Madras is known as a research-focused institute. In years that have passed by, a lot of students have gone on to become researchers who are now leading research labs or in companies or in universities. So of late, the focus has sort of jointly moved towards research and entrepreneurship. So I want to play this video and show you a little bit.
Hi, we are the AskIITM team, basically a bunch of IIT Madras talents, and we are here to give you a sneak peek into the amazing world of research at our institute. Let me tell you, if you're someone who gets excited by the idea of pushing boundaries and making groundbreaking discoveries, then IIT Madras is the place to be. let me introduce you to the crown jewels of research at IIT Madras, the Centers of Excellence. These centers are like powerhouses of innovation, tackling some of the most complex problems in the fields like AI and data science, medical technology, complex systems, and more. And leading these centers are two superstars, professors like Professor Ravindran, Professor Mohan, Professor Pradeep, and many others who are at the forefront of their respective fields.
But that's your turn. Hop over to IIT Madras Research Park, a massive 1.2 million square feet space adjacent to our campus, where you'll find offices of companies that have deep research collaborations with IIT Madras. The place houses over 200 technology startups. Imagine being surrounded with that kind of energy and innovation every single day. And you know what happens when you put brilliant minds together, right? They create intellectual property. At IIT Madras, we take immense pride in supporting our professors and students in protecting their jobs. In fact, this last year, we were going to 100 papers. That's the kind of impact our research is. The research at IIT isn't just about papers. We're all about translating that idea into tangible solutions and exchange programs. Take Professor Sujata at our Digital Lab. They've spun out companies that are building life-changing electric vehicles. Or Professor Kamakoti is right lab, working with silicon semiconductors. And let's not forget Professor Satya, building flying taxis and rockets. How cool is that?
So what are you waiting for? Head over to AskIITM.com or follow us on Instagram to get an honest insider's perspective on the vibrant research culture at our institute. Trust me, it's just the beginning. Once you're here, the possibilities are endless.
Professor Ravindran, since you're here and Professor, if you're also here, would you like to add? And I know that you wanted to talk about the YRF fellowship also.
Yeah. So I wanted to say a few things before I get into the YRF fellowship. Right? So one of the amazing things about IIT Madras is that we kind of, we include the undergraduate students in our research culture, right? It is we have so much opportunities for undergraduate students to get involved in research. We're starting from independent research projects that we do at C5, but in fact, quite often you would find that our research groups have teams which are both graduate and undergraduate students working together, and we're leveraging the strengths of both the deeper knowledge of the graduate students and the unbounded enthusiasm of the undergrad students, right? Coming together, we are able to create a lot more impact, right, than either of them working alone. So that is something fairly very strongly established in the IIT Madras research culture. And I've heard students who have graduated from here who've gone on to other places actually say that the top universities around the world have a similar vibe, and which they really got to experience while in IITM, and other schools people don't get that opportunity. Right, so one of the nice programs that we have introduced in the last few years is this Young Research Fellowship. So the Young Researcher Fellowship allows students to take up specific research problems that either faculty or the industry pose to them. Right? The way it operates is that there's a portal where multiple such research problems are posted, and the students then apply to these research problems, and they get selected. They get a additional stipend to work on these problems, and quite often these research problems lead to publications and also significantly improves your employment opportunities or also the grad application profile. So that is again, this is unique. The Young Researcher Fellowship is unique to IIT Madras, and more often than not, these problems are driven by real industry questions, right? And are sponsored by our industry partners, and then you get to work with not only IIT mentors but also industry mentors in solving these real problems. It's a great opportunity. I think you want to add something.
I think that's perfect. And in addition, we also have undergrad research courses that are baked into the curriculum. That is, I mean, these are also electives, but you're free to pick these undergrad research courses, sometimes up to 3 courses. So like 27 credits through the time you are at IITM. So you can, in fact, sample research in different departments also, not just coursework in different departments. You can also sample research in different departments. And this is like quite a unique opportunity. And Amrit, we didn't play any video on C5, right? So I think that's that's coming up.
C5 is reserved for the very end.
Okay. So I'm not going to steal that thunder now. Yeah.
The best kept secrets.
Okay. So let people hang on.
But I
So
think
I will actually drop off now, and I again wish everybody all the best, and hope to see most of you here at IITM. So take care.
thank you, Professor. I want to say that one of the things where IIT Madras is unique is the research park. It's a huge building next to IIT Madras where companies come and set up their offices only if they're able to work with IIT Madras. So there are offices from established companies like TCS, Saint-Gobain, and so on, but there are also lots of startups, professors who have gone on to collaborate with their students and set up companies, their house there. And this is something that's not there in every IIT. Possible that within 10 years, every IIT will have a research park, but for now, IIT Madras has a big lead.
I'm sure everybody saw Agnikul make the headlines.
Absolutely. So last week, those of you who are not aware of what Professor Karthik is speaking about, one of our professors, he's Professor Satya, his company established with a few students called Agnikul Cosmos. They launched their first rocket, India's first privately launched rocket, 3D printed
Cryogenic engine, yes.
semi-cryogenic engine. Amazing work and incredible that something like that has come out of. And we wrote on our LinkedIn post that it feels so good to be part of that environment where these rocket scientists are, walking the same roads and breathing the same air.
Powerhouse, where the foremost innovators and entrepreneurs of the country team up with the smartest talent pool of students and faculty from IITM. The research part plays the catalyst that fuels unrestrained networking for future growth and business success while solving globally relevant problems. Space plays a vital role for business communities in shaping company culture. In the landscape of a thriving economy, the research park is located in the heart of the tech corridor in Chennai, lending homegrown expertise for global solutions. IIT Madras Research Park, the future of cutting-edge research and development.
And it's the companies who are here are some of the names are familiar with you. Ather Energy, the EV company, their first office was in the research park there from the ED department. We will be sharing the presentation with you. So wherever we are not able to play the videos, don't worry about it. You will get the video. You can play it all. Want to end with this section with this video. Before I play this video, I want to tell you that in a place like IIT Madras, because there are many departments, a lot of the research that happens is very interdisciplinary and it's in a wide variety of fields. It's not just AI or just computer science or just batteries. It's a huge, diverse set of research areas. This is from Professor Sujata's lab. Very interesting to watch.
There are over 30 million people in India alone who have some form of locomotor disability. Less than 5% have access to assistive devices, which is terrible, really.
Dr. Sujata runs the RTD2 lab in IIT Madras, an independently funded center that focuses on affordable assistive devices.
If you look at the spectrum of assistive devices, on one end, you have very low cost devices, but typically they're also poor quality and they may actually do more harm than good. And that is predominantly what is available to most people. And on the other end of the spectrum, you have really high-tech devices, because most of the R&D happens in those, because those are the fun problems to solve, bionic arms and legs, but most of those are not even accessible even to people in Western countries. Standing wheelchair, we have an industry partner for that. That project is almost over. NeoMotion is a startup that we co-founded from our lab. We have several units out there. Long-term trials are going on. We are just preparing for large-scale production.
It's important to understand here that what Dr. Sujata achieved in a short span of time could not have been possible with just student projects alone, and actually did need an independently funded lab like IIT that could say effort to hire graduates interested to work in this area.
It's very challenging doing product development with students. Going from a working prototype to actually a pre-commercial prototype and then a product. That journey is a very long one. It's an arduous one. Every student wants to do a new project. One of the things that people forget sitting in academia is that, we think some problems are interesting to solve and we pick those. But in this field, it has to be user-centric design. You have to be connected to the user. I can have a lot of nice prototypes in the lab. It's great for making presentations, but really, if I want to impact it, it needs to go to market.
So you might be a little familiar with her work because NeoMotion has been on Shark Tank last year, and some of the Zomato drivers who use chess during their deliveries use NeoMotion. Anyway, let's stop for questions. This is the spotted deer. Again, we have about 200, I think, 200 to 300 spotted deer on campus. So again, we share our campus with these beautiful animals. So let's take a short question break and then move on. Do companies like Google allow BS Physics and MEC undergrads to sit for placements? The short answer is yes, they don't stop you, but the longer answer is that you might have to have a particular grade point average. You might have had to add some courses. You might have had to take a test to qualify for sitting for that placement. Okay, some more placement questions are coming in. Let us get to the placement session then. I want to again thank the professors for supporting us during this session. And Professor Karthik, if you want to drop off, this would be a great time.
So thank you all and wish you all the best. Wonderful talking to all of you and hope to see many of you at IIT Madras.
Professor Karthik, special thanks for answering all these questions so fast. It was incredible.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so we go on to the session on placements. Let's play this video and then talk about it.
What comes first to your mind when you think of IITs? Placements? Of course, campus placements are great, but there's so much more to the IIT experience than just well-paying jobs. And what sets IIT Madras in particular apart is its focus on helping students build their skills, their networks, interests, and so on. At IIT Madras, every day you'll find yourself building better versions of yourself, honing your skills and pushing boundaries. Because at the end of the day, it's not just about the companies that come to recruit. It's about what you have to offer.
And here's something truly remarkable. The entire placement process is run wholly by students. A beautiful example of how strong ties are at IITM, where they learn and build as a community. Now let's talk about what else you can build at IITM. Explore unconventional paths, experiment with new ideas, and even start your own ventures. In fact, students here have the option to defer placements by a year to pursue entrepreneurial interests or join exciting startups. And for support, IITM has an extensive startup ecosystem comprising Nirman, the incubation cell, and the IITM Research Park. And because of this, IIT Madras is truly the best place to build.
A significant number of our students also opt for higher studies and research opportunities, both in India and abroad. Even in the face of a difficult job market, IIT Madras students are self-assured, knowing that their skills, determination, and the will mindset will pave the way to success. So, as you embark on your IIT journey, remember that it's not just about the ranks or jobs. It's about that incredible journey of building yourself. And IIT Madras equips you to build your own path, innovate, and leave a lasting impact on the world.
Great. So starting off the bat, want to just basically explain the idea that when you sit for placements at the end of your seventh semester, which is going to be the December of your last year. That's when placements happen. You're going to apply. So companies come to campus. There is a set of portals by which, in which you can apply to these companies. Most companies are open to all branches. But they may have specific requirements saying that you should have done these courses, you should qualify in this exam, and so on. So broadly, let's start with that. One important thing is that the placement department is run by students. So it's a little easier. You can go up to a student and say, hey, I want this company to come. Can you make it happen? Or these are the problems I'm having, and so on. Yeah, so placement season, first semester in the final year, that's your seventh semester. You can apply for the roles you like. You can apply for multiple roles, but the first job you get, you are automatically taken out of the rest of the roles. The companies that come, they have these tests that you have to give. They are usually between September to November. So your entire seventh sem is a very placement focused sem. Incidentally, students who don't sit for placements, also that is a very important sem because they have to sit for GRE or GMAT, or they have to get ready for their applications. If they're an entrepreneur, then that is also an important sem. I'll explain in a bit why. All IITs, the placement starts on December 1st and goes on for about 10 days. And then there's a break in December, then starts again in January, and it goes on till companies come. It can go on till May or June. You have to realize that also that in addition to BTech, IIT Madras offers MBA, MTech, MS, PhD, MA, and BS. So there's a lot of placement activity in parallel to the BTech placements. In addition to placements, there is an internship cell, again, made by students. So student teams come together, approach companies and ask them to come to campus for internships. Not everybody does the internship through IIT. Maybe they have their own access. Some people want to do a research internship, want to work with a professor, maybe work in a startup. My colleague here, Nikhil, his internship was with my startup. So that's also a great option. You get a different kind of life and you get to see what you are good at. Usually internships happen in the third year summer. Some students do it in the first year summer and second year summer. As Professor Pratap had said in the beginning, there is actually a lot of time. So you can do multiple internships. By the time you get to your placement, you may actually have 2 or 3 internships in different areas. You have already sampled what work life is like. Many of these internship companies offer something called a PPO, pre-placed offer, which means that you don't need to sit for placements because the company you interned with is willing to give you a full-time role without doing an interview. So maybe in a year, IIT Madras BTech students, 1/5 or 1/4 of the batch would have got a PPO. So they're very happy. They don't have to go through interviews. A lot of students don't sit for jobs. They go for higher studies. They go abroad. It's a complicated application process. But traditionally, IIT Madras has had a lot of students going abroad. Maybe in the 90s and 80s and 90s, 95% of the batch would go abroad. In my year, about 20-30% of the batch went abroad. Now it's about 10-15%. So 1 in 10 students would like to go abroad to study. That is their goal. In IIT Madras, one of the unique features is that students who want to apply abroad, they come together and work together. We'll play some of these videos, but let me go through the whole thing. There are also students who start up. In particular, IIT Madras has a system where if you are starting up and in your final year, you are starting up and you want your company to succeed and you don't have the time to sit for placements or you're not very sure you want to, you could defer your placements by a year. That is, in September, you could tell the placement team that I don't want to sit this year. I'm setting up my company. start your company. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, you can sit for placements next year. This is a special placement deferment offered to people who start up. I'll also talk about the other features in entrepreneurship. But broadly, there are these four outcomes that people choose: placements, higher studies, entrepreneurship, and the fourth one is the higher studies in the MBA side of things. There are a few people who study for UPSC, but not too much. Okay, let's play these videos.
4 and 2, when INSTI has so many opportunities for research as an undergraduate, which I doubt other colleges offer. And it's really while doing these projects that I learned so much outside the classroom that helped me like really, present myself as a competent, knowledgeable, potential employee to the company. So I'm Srishti Adhikari. I'm in 5th year dual degree of aerospace engineering, and I got placed in Collins Aerospace. They design aircraft. They don't design the main aircraft engines and all, but they do design control systems and other auxiliary parts like that. And yeah, that's I'll be going as a graduate engineer trainee, and after that, after some training period, they'll sort us into specializations. So. I've always been passionate about aerospace engineering. My uncle was a fighter pilot, so something I've always wanted to do. This is why I took aerospace at IITM, and this is one of the best. Yeah, Collins is one of the best aerospace companies out there. So, which is why I went for a core job because it's what aligns with my interests and passion.
Okay, I'll skip this video. Again, you'll have the presentation, so you can see the video later. Let's go to this one.
You don't want your statement of purpose to be a paragraph version of your CV because then you don't add anything to your application. You ideally want different components of your application to highlight different aspects of you as an individual person. Hi, my name is Aditya. I'm a final year EP student. I'll be joining the Applied Physics PhD program at Caltech. I had a few offers. For me, it came down to primarily, so it was between Caltech and the University of Chicago. Firstly, the opportunities it gives are a lot. One thing it taught me was sort of how to firstly find the right opportunities and make the most out of it. Since I'm joining a PhD, I was not too worried about funding because I knew like I'll be paid a stipend and tuition fee will be waived. But one fellowship I did apply for was the Quad Fellowship. It's pretty famous and something even the GEC sent an email about. Many colleges, they have their own scholarships. So Stanford has something called Knight Tennessee, which is very popular. And I'm sure there are other colleges which have similar programs. I recommend people keep an eye out on them.
So just to repeat, these are the outcomes that, obviously, when you come to IIT, you are coming with a mindset that I'm going to leave IIT. Nobody is going to come here and stay for 10, 15 years. So that is known. Like that's why you're coming here to study, to build yourself and to move out. So what we are presenting to you is what people do after IIT. Placements, higher studies, entrepreneurship. And I'll play this video also.
We had certain things like Nirman or even the early startups that came in. Like they were like my seniors who had built Aether Energy, Detect Technology, Planis, and so on. But that really gives you this idea that even as a student, you can build your own company. Hi, I'm Divanshu. I graduated from IIT Madras in 2019. I was in the dual degree batch of mechanical engineering. And currently I run a company called Furnace Integrity Private Limited, which works on robotics and digitalization of assets for water and sanitation. We are a deeply climatic company solving for the problem of water leakages, condition assessment, and elimination of manual scavenging. The first product that is in the pipeline segment, we have a hardware and software-led approach to solve for pipeline management, elimination of leaks, and reduction of contamination in the water. So we have a crawler robot that goes inside pipelines as small as 90 mm in diameter to understand the internal
defects of the pipeline. We also have a software system that essentially digitizes the layer of the pipeline as and when we do the inspection. The other product that we have is for this problem of manual scavenging. We have developed a robot called Homo that goes inside septic tanks and manholes and essentially desludges the hard sludge that is there in the bottom of the tank and then sucks it out, stores it into a pumping place, and then transports it to the nearby STP or FSTP, which are the treatment plants for sewer lines and fecal sludge. It was in my final year project that I met Professor Prabhu and Professor Christian, and I asked them if I see that and I really felt that that was something that connected with me. I was working on this robot for seen septic tanks. The whole thought about building columnar scale. IIT Madras played a very important role, especially the whole deep tech ecosystem that exists in the ISD really helped us a lot. I think the whole aspect of working in something which was deep tech came from because I was seeing a lot of work happening around. First and foremost thing that is really good at IIT Madras is the Center for Innovation. Like people right from the first year go to this center. This is a very unorganized center that is there. There are student-run clubs. You don't get any academic credit for that, but people just love building. And really the tagline of this Center for Innovation is walk in with an idea and walk out with a product. Right? So if you have an idea that you can pitch to a club, associate, and so on, and you can essentially start working on a project. You get funding for that. You can build your own team. So there's a lot of learning on building things there. People really, like students in the first, second year, really spend their entire night doing something in Center for Innovation. There was institutional support in terms of funding to develop a project like this. And then when we thought about actually building a company, the incubation cell, which is part of the IIT Madras research park, really helped us a lot by connecting us with mentors, connecting us with industries, getting us a lot of early feedback that was required. In fact, IIT Madras also had this program of GDC, which is from the Gopalakrishnan Deshpande Center. And they did a customer discovery program for us, where we went and met around 100 customers, potential customers that we would have. And that opened up a lot of insight for us in terms of how do you think about problem solving from a customer level. So that ecosystem really helps in evangelizing about the technologies and the work that we are doing.
Amazing. That's Devanshu started 2 companies when he was in college. One of this he has had to leave the other one because it's too much work. Okay, so questions on placements. I think some of the questions we have answered. What is the average pay package, etc., etc. There's a website. We have put out the average pay packages of every branch, where you can also see which are the companies which came. Let me do one thing. Let me share my screen and show you how to use that website. This is the website. All your branches are on the left. So you could pick a branch, say you pick mechanical engineering, and it will show you these are the total offers. These are the pre-placed offers. This is the median salary, highest salary. What are the companies, which sectors did the companies come from? What were the kind of roles? And also it will show you which were the companies which came. So you can just go through the whole list. We don't spend too much time on it because at class 12 level, how many companies do we really know, right? We may know Google and Apple, but there's so many smaller companies which do amazing work. But we get to know more about their work only after we become engineering students, and maybe not so much in class 12. So no more questions about placements. That's amazing. I can't believe it. Last year we had so many questions in placements. Let's move on. I want to talk about the monkeys. Again, I was telling you that Piyush was laughing now. Piyush has put all this question slides where we are pausing with the animals we share our campus with. So you saw the black buck, you saw the owls and the birds. Of course, the most visible animal on campus other than human beings are the monkeys, who have become really smart, by the way, and can open your door and open bottles, and it's a fun experience living with monkeys that are this smart. Okay, let's move on. This section, I think Piyush can take. I'll just talk about the best place to build section and then we can come back. So I'll start with this video. Right. So build what? Build anything. The build infrastructure in IIT Madras, it's not just a slogan. There are very particular things in IIT which help you do that. You would have heard once in a while people talking about CFI, and I said it's INSTI's best kept secret. CFI is now about 15 years old. It's a maker lab. It's a large maker space where students can come and make things. There's a lot of equipment, a lot of faculty help, a lot of clubs. And students from CFI who spent a lot of time have gone on to do amazing things. This is a video about Team Raftar, which is a student formula racing team. And you can see it at your own time, but I want to tell you something about Team Raftar. 2009, 10, the members of Team Raftar, Arun, Swapnil, and all these folks are very early employees of Aether. The stuff they learned here, they went on very inspired, and that's the company they built from that. So by the way, it's open 24/7. You can go at 3 in the morning and it will be available for you. There's a lot of funding available to student teams. So supposing you decide to participate in a competition and you have a great chance of winning, somebody will fund you. So it's not like you'll have to go begging for money. If you manage to create something beautiful at Center for Innovation and you think that it is possible for you to sort of get to a company or a products stage, then this is a great place for you to hit next. After CFI, there's Nirman. Nirman is a pre-incubator. It offers mentorship support and workshops for founders, a little bit of seed funding. The idea is to when you're a student, you're tinkering with something, you're still in the engineering space. For you to go from the engineering space to to start thinking about how do I form a company, what all do I need, how do I make this a product, and so on. Nirman is a great place for you to learn some of these things, discuss it, and get going. And of course, after the pre-incubation, there is a formal incubator. IIT Madras Research Park now has 4 or 5 incubators, one normal incubator, then there's one in semiconductors, there's one in medical devices, there's one coming up with finance. So bunch of incubators which help you form your companies. About 200 companies have been founded in the last few years. So it's incredible. Culture of building. This is one of our most famous alumnus. This is Vinita Singh. She's the founder of Sugar Cosmetics. I actually know her from my time at INSTI because she was just about a year older than me. And we did some activities together, some clubs. It's amazing.
The IIT Madras में तो तो डैड ये हो गया विनीता हो गया था IIT Madras में
हमें बताइए विनीता कैसी थी कॉलेज सच बताना
So anyway, you can see the video at your time. We'll send you the presentation. Lots of success stories coming out from IIT Madras. This is, of course, Tarun from IIT Madras.
Hi, I'm Tarun, co-founder and CEO at Eighth Energy. We wouldn't have been able to start up if not for IIT Madras. So what happened is both of us graduated and took up different jobs. But we weren't super excited to work there because we didn't think we were going to have an impact. We always knew we wanted to start an energy company and we were taking different steps at it, but we couldn't actually start up while still at campus. So 6 months in our jobs, we reached back to one of our professors, Professor Artige from Department of Engineering Design, and Professor Dr. Sandeepan in the same department. And we asked for help, and we said that, listen, we want to just build battery packs, but we can't do it if we stay on these jobs. So what should we do? And Professor Artige particularly just said that, you know what, that's what we guys trained you for. We are sending you to be engineers. I'm not sure if you'll do real engineering if you stay in your jobs. So come back to the campus. We'll find ways to support you. Gave us that cocoon in which we could actually find the courage and the passion to go after building this. And that, I would say, was a major pivotal moment because we didn't really know we were going to start up. We didn't really know, we weren't sure we could be a startup, right? If they had not motivated us and sort of, encouraged us with that 8, 9 months incubation, that incubation more than anything else is what actually led us to finally starting it.
Small mistake on this slide. Freshworks and Chargebeat, the founders are not ITM, but they do have a lot of early employees as IIT Madras employees. Just correcting that. So let's move on. Any questions? Again, this is a common kingfisher, common bird in ITM. Actually, I've seen it multiple times. I'm looking at the questions. If I join electrical engineering, I'm passionate about computers programming. What kind of opportunities in IIT Madras will I have to pursue my passionate programming? So one thing I want to tell you is that a lot of the courses have quite a lot of programming aspect to it. It's not just the computer science department which is programming. Every field across engineering has been transformed by computing and now again by AI. So wherever you are, you cannot not be a programmer. You will have to take special effort to say, I don't like programming, so I won't do it, which some of us do. I mean, I think, I don't know about Nikhil, Aina and Piyush, but I actually did fair amount of programming as a mechanical engineer in INSTI, but didn't pursue it as a career option. Further to that, there are courses you can take in your electives. So yeah, not a problem at all. And you saw earlier that we put up the slide where Srinivas, who founded Perplexity, he's a programmer, AI programmer, was an electrical engineer. So okay, so I think a lot of questions are being answered in the chat box. So we're not getting too many questions to answer live. Let's move to the session on life at IIT. Piyush, can you take over?
Yes, all right. So I just want to start this part by saying that the academics, the outcomes, everything else makes your life sort of worth it at IIT Madras, but without spending a good amount of time in culturals, academics, etc., it might get stressful real quick. As we've all heard that all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. We'll address those parts about life at IITM here. So let's start by watching a very quick video. Amrit, if you don't, we can. Yeah. So let's watch this first.
Tell you a little secret about IIT Madras. Here you will run the show. From building robots and rockets to organizing college fests like Saran and Shastra, it will all be led by you. Even your home on campus, the hostels and messes are pretty much student run, which means you'll get to build a space that feels like your own.
And that same spirit of students taking charge, it spreads to our sports scene too, which is off the charts by the way. In fact, some of the most fierce sporting battles happen among the hostels themselves during Shriver. Cricket, football, chess, carom, you name it. The hostels put everything on the line and the ultimate test of skill and pride.
Then we have a diverse range of student clubs and communities you can be a part of. No matter what your passion or interest is, there is bound to be a club for it on campus. We've got clubs for musicians, actors, dancers, writers, orators, gamers, comedians, you name it. Why? We even have a club that creates new clubs every year.
You can either lead or be an active participant in clubs of your choice while exploring your interests. And if leadership is your thing, you can stand for elections to the student council that calls all the shots. Planning activities, managing budgets, running operations, and so on. No matter how niche or unique your interests are, you'll find like-minded people and a space to pursue what you love. We know that joining a new college can be overwhelming and you might have a million questions. We were in your shoes a while back. That's why we created AskIITM to be your go-to resource. Check out askitm.com or follow us on Instagram to know more.
All right. So a few small points, right? First is that IIT Madras is among the only campuses in India that is mostly student run. What that means is that students call most of the shots. The fest, Sarang and Shastra are entirely student run with just, little minimal interference or advisory from some professors. Additionally, the hostel facilities, messes, there are elected councils to run all of that. And yeah, essentially the great part about it is, you get to decide what you want to pick, what you want to choose, which parts of the student experience do you want to govern, which cultural activities you want to explore, and so on. So let's move on to specific items now. So the first thing is the culturals on campus, right? This is a short video that talks about the choreo culture or the dance culture on campus.
The best moment of being in choreo was winning Sarang 2020. And after that, we went to a couple of other outside fests also, and we won almost all of them. And we also placed in Inter IIT. As a freshie, those were really big moments in choreo. My name is Alina Santosh, and I'm a fourth-year student in the Humanities Department. I'm part of the choreo contingent university. I joined in my first year, which was in 2009. During our freshie club weekender, when I saw the team perform for the first time, I was really awestruck. And I wanted to join from that moment onwards. As a part of the contingent, I've been to Inter IIT, which was an IIT Bombay in my first year, and also outside fests like VNRBJIT in Hyderabad and IIT Tirupati. We placed in all of these fests, so they were a great experience in terms of getting to know about the dance culture of other institutes, getting to meet a lot of choreographers, students who also share the same love of dance. Being part of the choreo contingent has changed me a lot. I never thought of myself as capable of handling events or handling professionals or anything, but yeah, a lot of confidence to push my boundaries and be active and always keep new things, keep learning new things. These are all things that I learned from people around me, from the club and the fellowship.
Okay, so as she has spoken about, the culturals on campus, I just want to add a few things here, right? First, that she mentioned that there's a club weekender and another term called freshie. Freshie is what you will be referred to as on campus. It's just a term to, like, endearing term to refer to our freshers on campus. And additionally, as soon as you join Insti, the first weekend in Insti is sort of dedicated to help you explore these different aspects of Insta life, right? Life at life, like, I mean, culturals or sports or things like that. All of this will be oriented to you while you are in your first week on campus. Additionally, there are clubs in all the interest groups. For example, music, dance, literature, art, comedy, debate. And additionally, if you feel that there's a certain interest group that I want to create that is not there, you can certainly be a part of a club called Nova that creates new interest groups every year. Now let's move on to sports. I just want to add that before even we watch the video, that sporting culture on campus is the best that there could be on any engineering college in India. uh, Simply to iterate that, there's an inter IIT sports meet that is
Do, do
uh,
you do you want to brag about how we win the Inter IIT Sports Meet almost every year?
yes. And the years that we don't win, we are usually the second or third. So yeah, I mean, additionally, there are so many other sports activities that happen on campus, right? So it's not just, if you're a professional level player, you'll be able to participate in the inter IIT, which are sort of the IIT Olympics that are held every year. But there are inter hostel competitions called Schroeter. There are competitions with other colleges in Chennai all the time. And yeah, I mean, just look at the facilities that we have. There's a state of the art Olympic level swimming pool. There's the Kemplas cricket ground where recently, during the finals, KKR was practicing. So yeah, these are some bragging points for you also to brag about when you are on campus. Now let's play the video and we'll move on to the co-curriculars.
Won the game and we qualified for the knockout. So that kind of intensity and passion was something which I've never experienced before. My name is Anandya Vikram. I am the current Institute Cricket Captain of IIT Madras. We have very scenic cricket ground in Kemplas, and we get to practice here every day in the nets. One close memory is a match which we played against IIT Patna. I remember that game fielding the boundary line, and about 200, 300 people of every IIT were anti-cheering us because they wanted Madras to get eliminated. We finally kept our nerve and somehow won the game, and we qualified for the knockouts. I have played cricket at multiple levels, but I have never been part of such an electric atmosphere. And that kind of intensity and passion was something which I've never experienced before. To any pressure who's coming into IIT Madras, I'd like to say that play sports, because intangible things like mental toughness, coming back resilient from failures, and all these things, character building develops from sports. And cricket is something which I truly love and I've enjoyed throughout my institute life.
Aditya said a very very interesting thing, that cricket was a huge part of his institute life. I think cricket has been a huge part of my life ever since I was a child, because of the gully cricket that we've played, because of the 2011 World Cup memories. So yeah, let's move on to the co-curriculars activities on campus now. As we have sort of said earlier, that the campus is almost entirely the campus experience is almost entirely governed by students, which means that what food that you eat in mess is governed by a student body. Additionally, the experience that you get during Shastra and Sarang, that relies almost entirely on them. um, and beyond that also, educating people about entrepreneurship on campus, or sort of helping students with their startups, or ensuring that students get placed. All of this sort of falls in the hands of other students that will be your peers and others alongside you. Let's watch this video. This is from a student who was a general secretary in one of the hostels.
I met a senior of mine. So there he first told me a term called POR, position of responsibility. So that was my first encounter, where I got to know, yeah, there is something in institute where again you have to go, you have to compete with students around you. Hi, I'm Atul Kumar Pandey, and I'm third year undergraduate student from Department of Foods and Engineering. I have to think I love to solve problems, and I love to organize things. So currently, I'm the placement core of my department, where my responsibility is to generate the opportunities for the students and get them placed in the better career opportunities where the company is giving. So there, before me coming to the position, we had only 2, 3 core companies in my department, and currently we have some 14 core companies. So, I enjoyed a lot in organizing the way the SOP which we had, and calling the companies and generating the opportunities. When I was giving this J examination, I never imagined that I'll be heading a team where the people will be working as per the path which I'll show. That is something which I have learned, or let's say what I have earned inside campus, that was not have been imagined when I was there preparing for the J examination.
I've followed Atul very closely on his journey, because first year also, in his first year on campus, we met and we made a video for AskIITM. If you scroll down on the Instagram page, you'll find it, and he's speaking about his first student election experience, and then he stood for elections again. First was his hostel election. Secondly, he became the student general secretary. So these are elected representatives that all 9,000, 10,000 of us vote on campus for to represent us in front of the Senate body, in front of everyone, and sort of make or influence key decisions that are being made for us. Right. Apart from this, there are multiple other elected positions. There's a sports secretary, there are 2 cultural secretaries, there's a co-curricular affairs secretary, and so on. All right, so now we can move on to other parts. I think these are our favorite animals on campus, the cats. Almost all of us in Ask IITM team are cat people. So, yeah, if you have any more questions about the life experience at IIT Madras.
Oof, that was a long webinar. I'm so happy that you chose to stay for the whole thing. It's amazing. We started with at 9 o'clock, and now it's 11:30, and there's still people on the call listening to us. That's really cool. Okay, some questions we have answered incompletely, half. Maybe you are satisfied, maybe you're not. You would send us a question and ask.
Amrut, if you could move on to a few slides down the line, there's one that is sort of addressing this and sort of also asking for something more. Yeah, just next. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, Amrut, please continue.
Yes, let me leave it here. Let me leave the slide on, and we will, as we wind down the session, we will play a video, as we have been doing. It's the video where we talk about the history of ITM. So it's a 10-minute video, but we'll play it as we are winding out. So want to repeat this? Every student is unique. I hope you are able to find the thing that is good for you. And we are here to help you. We would love your feedback. This program, the Ask IITM program, is now 3 years old, and it has benefited a lot from the feedback that people have given us. People before you have come and said, we like this, we didn't like this, and so on. This presentation that you are seeing last year was a 15-slide presentation. Today it is a 55-slide presentation with videos in it. So, like people have come and told us, can you give us more info on this? Can you give us more info? Feedback also allows us to go to professors and say, can you participate more? Can you give some time to this? They're very busy. All the professors who came today, they're very busy in their routine life. And it's so grateful that they could come. So you can scan the feedback form on your mobile phone. Please give us feedback. We will send the presentation and the recording out maybe by end of day today. Give us some time. We've had a long night. Piyush was up till 4 o'clock, I think, making
Yeah.
the presentation. And the video work that you're seeing, Indu, Inakshi, Nikhil, Piyush, they do all the video work. It's been done over a period of 2 or 3 years. It's not something that we started yesterday. So yeah, that's it. And sign off from all of us. Piyush, Ina, Nikhil, Indu, any remarks?
Yeah, I just want to sort of end by saying that we are still here for you. Please head on to askitm.com and ask as many questions as you want. We have a brilliant team spearheaded by Indu and Inakshi, who is tirelessly answering all your questions all the time. Since yesterday, we are experiencing a flurry of questions, and we are not expecting it to go down, and we are like entirely prepared for it. So yes, please head over, ask all your questions, go through the community. There are a lot of other students of IITM who are eager to talk to you guys. Additionally, yeah, please subscribe to us on Instagram, and like don't forget to follow, don't forget to engage with the content, and also leave requests on the type of content or type of videos or type of articles that you want to read, see, etc. And thanks a lot for coming here.
Okay, so the last slide, I'll play this video. We'll switch off our videos and we'll head out. But the webinar will be on till the video ends. See you guys. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Sorry, I had to come back. I think there's some problem with the audio, so I will fix this.
It may not seem like it, but this is Chennai. Located in this forest is an institution that has contributed so greatly to India's intellectual capacity that it is almost impossible to fully comprehend its impact on the world. The Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, is one of the premier universities of India, nurturing some of the brightest minds of the country and molding them into the world's most innovative technologists. In the 1950s, there was a need to create a highly skilled and technical Indian workforce. The Indian Institutes of Technology soon began to be set up, and IIT Madras was third in line. What made IIT Madras unique was their connection to a country that was synonymous with the word engineering: Germany. They offered support by providing state-of-the-art German machinery and experienced German professors to train the first batch of 120 bright Indian minds.
We had 1 week of workshop followed by 1 week of theory classes. 1 week of workshop is so intense that from morning to evening, you had to be engaged in doing lab work, machinery work.
Unlike other universities of the day, the significant amount of time spent in practical work cemented their learnings from the classroom. Over the last 60 years, IIT Madras has grown to a university having 16 departments, with most having a core engineering focus. The students at IIT Madras come from all over India and the world. They are thrust into a highly challenging study environment with regular classes and work assignments that constantly challenge them. The university is equipped with state-of-the-art equipment that helps students gain experience on industry-standard technology and keep them on the cutting edge of innovation. What makes IIT Madras unique is their focus on applied research. 37 centers of excellence give opportunities for students to pursue research in an area of their interest as they study. An interdisciplinary environment pushes students to think beyond just their selected academic courses and broadens their perspectives. The residential nature of the IIT Madras campus plays a huge role in creating tomorrow's technology leaders. With some of the smartest minds of the country on campus, the atmosphere is abuzz with new ideas and infectious passion for innovation.
The best thing which I find about IIT is not about academics, or it's not about the things that we learn, but it's about the people that we meet.
IIT Madras is a co-ed university with a rising number of women on campus.
When you get tired of studying, or when you just wanted to take a walk, it's like everywhere you go, it's trees and fresh air, and it's a very nice atmosphere to walk around, so it feels safe and it feels comfortable.
Students on campus have a long list of activities, clubs, events, and gatherings that keep them engaged during their free time. IIT Madras is located in the heart of Chennai, one of the 6 most populated cities in India. But once students enter the gates of IIT Madras, they enter a completely different world. A world of woodlands, lakes, and wildlife. IIT Madras is 600 acres of beautiful dry evergreen scrub forests and is home to one of India's most iconic and graceful antelopes, the black buck.
Students who are coming for the first time to the campus get mesmerized by the greenery around, and you have been shifted to maybe 100 years back in time. I mean, you name it, where will you get it in the midst of a city?
The forest and the animals that inhabit it make IIT Madras one of the most extraordinary university campuses in the world.
So we started the first phase when I was director. We completed the first phase in 2010. And now the second phase has been completed also. Since then, when Bhaskar took over as director, he's completed second phase.
I started trying to build relationship with industry and try to figure out what is going on there. And it was very natural that IIT's R&D should focus on working with industry.
The IIT Madras Research Park is a place where ideas come to life with an intent to transform the lives of people. It has currently helped launch a number of innovative companies to go from prototype to product. These companies have gone on to become pathbreakers in their respective fields.
Tayur campus is a 250-acre campus in which we are planning to set up a lot of new exploratory, large-scale, high-impact projects. Effective in a sense, it translates into something very important for our country. There is a necessity for our country to bring in that Atmanirbharta in that particular field. So my ambition is to have 50,000 students enrolled in IIT Madras, in which around 12,500 would be on campus and the 37,500 would be through our online education. With respect to international relationships, we also find that there are many countries, like how Germany came and helped us set up an IIT. There are many places where we can go and help them build a good academic institution. Like one request has come from Tanzania, where we go and set up a IIT Tanzania. We would like to have our students become employers and CTOs rather than an employee.
IIT Madras has been on a rapid growth trajectory over the last decade and has consistently maintained a #1 position in the NIRF ranking. It is also recognized as an institute of eminence by the Indian government. With a focus on entrepreneurship and cutting-edge research, IIT Madras has set itself on a path to create an immense positive impact in society and industry by producing technology leaders who will build a truly self-reliant nation.